But I walk back like they're not in the middle of producing the show. And I'm like, everybody stop what you're doing. I was like, Paul, if I lose another 100 pounds, can I do one of these? He was like, yeah, man. I was like, for real. He was like, we'll figure it out, dude. We love you.
My youngest is a singer.
Oh, God, I want to hear.
And so I want you to hear, but she is
Please.
recording something right now for
Where?
you. So she at our house. She
Oh, great. So she's doing her vocal warm-up right now?
Yeah, she's doing a warm-up.
Good.
I thought that's what it was, but
And your youngest is, we said 16?
no, she's gonna be 15 in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And my middle, they're all birthdays are together. So it's
Is she the first one with the music bug?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so
we
exciting.
don't know where she got it because she can really
That was me.
sing.
That was me. Well, I can't really sing. That's a different thing. By the way, no, I can't really sing. But
You really can
But I
sing,
didn't have
yeah.
no music. Our whole family still to this day is like, where did that come from?
Huh.
So
Yeah,
what-
well, that's how I feel about her.
When
but
did y'all
I
first notice?
believe I can sing and I can't. Like I'm loud and proud, but it's not great.
So you sing around the house.
I sing around the house.
That's where she got her.
And
That's where she got it
always
from.
tells me, she always says, Mama, I love your voice. But she's the only one to ever say that. So we understand. But yeah.
Anytime somebody says they love your voice and they don't say you're a good singer, that's their way of saying you're not a good singer, but you've got a cool voice. You know what that's what I hear the most. I don't hear, Jelly, you're a good singer. I hear, I really do like your voice, though.
Yeah, I think you're also a good
So
singer.
when did
Yeah.
she first hum that made you realize it? Like, what was that
Oh,
moment?
she just sings all the time.
But what do you remember the age? Was she
So,
like
yeah,
natural,
3.
like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
that early?
Oh, yeah, Frozen
Yay.
came
Oh,
out. And
yay.
then it was just Frozen all the time.
Yes.
She just would sing at the top of her lungs all the time, and it was good. Like even at 3, she could just sing, and she has this range. And you know, she's never really done anything, right? Because I know she could be successful, and she has the personality. She walks
does.
out there and she owns it. I mean, she just has it all.
So what's she doing? Is she writing?
She's writing, and she's preparing. So she
Man, I
writes
wish-
all the time.
We should talk more. If I'd have known this, you should have brought her. I got the studio at the house next to my house here now. I'm writing
Oh.
every day.
She just had surgery. but
Oh.
Yeah, no, all good. All
What
good.
happened?
She had her nose when she was a kid. It got broken, and she had a deviated septum that was completely blocking one side of her nostril. And as she's continuing to grow, because she is still continuing to grow, it's like started to dip into the other side. And so while they were in there, they did some stuff and we're letting it heal. And she looks gorgeous and she can breathe, which is amazing to listen to her breathe. But I asked her, does it change how you sing? And she said, no, it doesn't, because she had learned how to sing sort of above her nose anyway.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say if she was coming through her nose, we wouldn't have to figure that out anyway. So you can be a nasal singer. I'm not saying, I know some nasals, like some of the greatest singers, Dylan, Tracy Lawrence, were straight nasal singers, but traditionally,
Yeah.
we're trained to try to avoid the nose as much as possible.
Yeah, and she just had to because she
Yeah.
couldn't use it. So.
So she just flips right into that falsetto. Probably.
Yep.
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, well,
man.
yeah, me too.
I'm more excited
now.
about her writing though,
Yeah.
because here's my advice to young entertainers. I don't think I've ever really talked about this, but because I did it the other way. I mean, I didn't learn. I would, if you don't want to learn an instrument, that's fine, but respect the art.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you just get. So I know sometimes naturally good singers are just so naturally good at singing that they don't really actually care to fall in love with the music. They just want to sing the stuff that they sound good singing because they like the way they sound singing. Where when you have to start writing, you start finding out who you are and what you're convicted about and what you think's cool and what your narrative is and how you see the world, and your perspective starts coming out, about things, whether you know it or not. You could we're all imitating at first, right? That's your goal. You imitate an artist until you can innovate yourself. You know what I mean?
So interesting.
But so she's in there writing songs, probably just trying to write Tate McRae songs or whatever, Gracie, whatever song
Right,
she's
right.
listening to. But by default, she's going to find herself in there and what she sings with more conviction. And then her voice will just be a tool. It'll be like, yo, I got a really fire voice, but I know who I am.
Right.
Because I know so many good singers that don't know who they are because they never had to find themselves in a writer's room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
never had to, and I bet you can relate. That's why I wanted to talk to you so bad. I think there are so many parallels to the businesses.
Yes, there are.
You know what I mean? I think it's the same thing with finding your gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've seen some dudes already at NXT. I've been here 3 weeks. And in this building, I say this with respect, there are some dudes that are incredible wrestlers, technical, they
Right.
get that in such a way, but they don't know who they are in the ring.
Do you think they know who they are in life?
Ooh, now we're getting deep.
Because I think there's parallels there.
Ooh, goodness gracious. Stop it now. I didn't know we were going to do therapy in the first 10, 15 minutes. Thought we'd get to the back half before we started getting real,
This
Stephanie.
happens. This happens every time.
No, it's real, though. You're right. It's probably a finding yourself outside of it thing, right?
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
I think it's a journey, and the whole time.
Is that what you found in this business? Is that the people that are the most comfortable in who they are, not as a performer, find themselves easiest
so
as a
interesting
performer?
because I think I shouldn't say most. I don't want to just put anybody in a bucket, but some of the most successful performers play the role and don't like who they are as a real person, and don't necessarily want to live there. They want to live the gimmick, so to speak. And then there are quite a few, I think, who, especially when it's your own name, I think that that's a little more challenging. I mean, I guess that's me too, right? I played a character with my own name. I do think you are a better performer the more you know yourself. And when you have the opportunity to learn with live feedback from the audience every week for 20 plus years, I mean, it is an iteration that you create together, and you do journey through life. Like, it's so much more even for fans who come, as we were talking before, who come here to NXT and they're a part of the very beginning of somebody's journey. For me, I've been sitting in the stands with our fans since I was a kid, and I have a connection. Well, I believe anyway that I have a connection to our fans since I can remember, really, because I am a fan. So I started off sitting in the stands, and that's where I am now. And I feel like the most at home in an arena full of WWE fans, because these are my people.
Right.
I love my people. Yeah. And it's so fascinating that live event connection, and it's funny because I see you listening so intently, and you're such a student of psychology. And I've listened to so many of your podcasts and different perspectives, and I love the questions that you ask back. And I'm curious, so many things I want to talk about too. But so I'll go to one. You and Joe Rogan were talking a lot about storytelling, and how the origination of storytelling and why storytelling is so important. And it's one of the pieces that I thought would be additional to that conversation is why it resonates. So yes, back to caveman days, right? You see drawings, depictions of storytelling, but why is storytelling the most effective tool of communication? Why does it resonate? Why do you remember it so much differently, whether it's a song or a short story or a match in the ring? And that's because if it makes you feel something, and this is what I believe, if it connects with you in such a way that it makes you angry, it makes you sad, it makes you happy, it makes you feel love or hope, whatever that is, it's making you feel something, and that's why it resonates. And Maya Angelou has a beautiful quote, and I always quote it, but people never remember what you said. They'll never remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And you make people feel. Your lyrics, the way you sing them, it's not just the words, it's how you sing them, to your point, I think, about these young artists, because if you feel it when you're singing it, you've said even that you've written songs for other people because if they don't relate to you, you don't think you'll be able to deliver them the way that you want to. And I think that's true of anything. If you're really going to connect with people, you have to connect with them emotionally.
Yeah, it's the biggest parallel, I think, in the businesses. It's one of the reasons I've always loved wrestlers and I love comedians and musicians. And I'm biased, but I think that we're the three best storytellers. Like, I mean, obviously directors and filmmakers and all that stuff, but like if you're sitting in a campfire,
right.
I know some really good directors that don't have cool stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
throw some professional wrestlers around the campfire.
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
throw
be
a couple of
entertained.
Campfire
comedians.
stories.
You know what I mean? You get it.
Pointing
You
at
know what
you.
I'm saying? You get a couple of
Campfire stories.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
You get a couple of musicians around. Same thing.
Yeah.
I'll say this about storytelling, and I'll get deep for a second. And I'm unashamed about my faith. I talk about it a lot. But you gave me a layup here. Jesus taught in parables. And I was always fascinated with that as a young man about like the idea that even in that time, that Jesus understood that if he got everybody around and he would either get them around to show them something or he would tell them something. And it would either be a teaching, but it was almost always in the form of a parable.
Yep.
And I just thought that was so, so cool. And then like my favorite early music was storytelling. Like I talk about Coward of the County all the time. I reference that song because we all know The Gambler. But Coward of the County to me is
Yeah.
actually cool. They just sounded so much alike. You know, one was a bigger record. But it's like the idea of, I remember listening and he's talking about, promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. You walk away from trouble if you can. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And I'm like, where is this going? You know, and old Yeller's leaving. And then at the end, he turns, you could have heard a pin drop when he stopped and locked the door. And all of a sudden, he kicks everybody's ass in this bar. And it's like the first time, dude, I remember the first time we heard This Is a Family, we cheered.
Yeah.
Like we were watching wrestling, like listening to the song. You could have heard a pin drop when he stopped and locked the door. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shh, shh, shh. And then we'd have to shush each other again. You know what I mean? So we'd hear the next part, but we were that emoted in the moment of the song. I remember having a kitchen of like 18 of us crying, listening to Fire and Rain together. Like we're all bawling. You know what I mean? Like I just remember it was the story songs that really, it was the music that made me feel something. Like what you said there is the quote I say is, some music's meant to be heard, some music's meant to be felt. I make the music you feel.
Yeah.
And I know because of that I'm not for everybody. Some people want to go to a party and hear toot, toot, toot,
Right.
toot. And that's cool. They're not here to, it's a different feeling they're looking for. But what God's
This is what you
gift
do.
he gave me, this is what
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
What God gave me is I write from a place of pain because it's an international language. And if you don't, I'm learning this as we're going international. You might not even know the words as much as you just hear the conviction in my voice. You know what I mean? And you feel that. You know what I mean? And they're transcribing the lyrics later and then getting into it. They're
Right.
really like, oh, this dude's speaking to us. But I've always came back to like, it was storytelling. Even while doing podcasts, Joe Rogan, God bless him, man.
He's awesome.
He is the dude.
He is.
He
I
is
love
the
him. He's
dude.
awesome.
And he's like that as soon as the microphone turns off.
Yeah, he's
and
the
before
same.
it turns on.
Yeah.
Y'all, Joe is Joe, dude. But like all them, me being lucky that all my comedian friends gave me an opportunity to come share my story at the beginning of it, like in my genre, that was brave.
So how did you meet these guys? Because I heard you talking about it and how I think during COVID you were all hanging out and then you all kind of made it big at the same time.
It was crazy, man.
But how did that happen?
It was like, well, I'm a comedy fan.
Okay.
Like I'm a wrestling fan. The same way I met y'all. It's like, I believe, that's why I love Fanatics Fest. Right? Is that I never want to be too cool to be a fan of something. You know what I mean? Like, I hate those people that are too cool to just submit and be a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
be a
yeah. You have
fan,
to
like-
criticize all the time.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
be a fan.
Just
You know what I
enjoy
mean?
it.
Like just enjoy
Yeah.
the art or don't. But like at least like you don't have to be so cool that you don't think anything's cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I wanted to, like the stuff I think's cool, I want to be a part of. So we were hanging out. I was still heavy drinking in the 20 teens and going into the 2020s. And we were hanging out at the comedy club a lot. So we were just like, I'm a super regular at Zany's. Love you, Dorfman. That's the owner of Zany's, my buddy. And we were just living there pretty much. We were a piece of furniture. And Josh Wolf was doing a weekly show, and I'd go sing with him. And then everybody that would come in, so we just hung out with the comics all the time. They all knew us because we were all hustling. And then Schultz and me really hit it off. And of course, you fast forward now, and Schultz is doing 2 nights at every arena in America, and so am I. And it's been like the wildest journey. You know, when I met Hinchcliffe, Kill Tony's teetering, like it's looking like it's fixing to have the moment it ended up having, but it wasn't sure. It was still just coming to Austin. It was, it was coming out of that bar, fixing to go into the mothership. It wasn't, it didn't look like it could, but it went. So it's been this really fun thing of like by accident, I got in right at the ground level of what went on to be like some of the most famous comedians of what will be
It's amazing.
this decade.
So
and
cool.
you've met them. They're some of the sweetest dudes
I've met
ever.
some of them,
You met
yes.
Schultz, right?
Yes. Yep.
In
Yep.
Hinchcliffe?
Yep.
They're the sweetest dudes.
Tony did the roast after WrestleMania.
Yes.
He is the GOAT.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a big deal that he
And-
did that
and
for y'all.
I got mentioned.
Yes.
So you said when a comedian mentions you
Yes.
that like you've made it, it's
That's
your
it.
mark.
That's a mark.
I
what
mean,
it
it
took.
was a WWE roast, so.
I will
but
say
at
this
least
about-
I
it's a
was like,
mark.
oh, he talked about
I
me.
will say this. Tony has a rule, man. He only roasts what he loves. Like that's truly
That's
that is
really interesting.
No, that's real. Tony will tell you he only roasts the ones he loves. I mean, unless it's like comedy jabs, but
Right,
like
right.
in general, for him showing up for y'all to roast is like he only does that if he like really respects
He's
the
going to do a
moment
big
or
show
loves it.
after SummerSlam too.
I think it's the night before.
Saturday.
Oh, is it the before?
Saturday night?
It's Friday night.
It's
maybe?
not the roast. It's different.
It's just a show. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang with him for sure. I
Yeah.
just talked to him. Should we FaceTime him?
Oh, sure.
You hand me that phone right there. You just throw it to me. I'm so sorry. He literally just hit me back. I was harassing him about it. Watch this. I bet I got a missed call from him. Oh no, I got one from the wife though. It's my baby.
Yeah.
This dude is maybe, once again, you'd never know it. What you doing, Tony? You handsome son of a bitch.
What's up, my man?
Look, I'm hanging out with Miss Stephanie McMahon. She loves you and wanted to say hi.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hi, Stephanie. I'm fantastic.
You look fantastic.
Great family.
Well, we're gonna see you soon, motherfucker. Look at I said we like I'm a wrestler now. You hear I just act like one all of a sudden. I'm like, we are gonna see you
It's
soon.
we.
Yeah,
It's
you
we.
see that?
You're part of the family.
She said Tony roasted me. I was so excited. I said he only roasts what he loves though. Just know that if Tony roasted you, he actually likes you. I was like, that's truly Tony's motto.
Well, I did a 20-minute set on your end.
I fucking love you, dude. I miss you, Bubba. I'm gonna see you though. Is your show Friday or Thursday next week? Do you remember?
It's actually Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
After night one.
Yeah, the two-night event is Saturday and Sunday, so I'm late Saturday.
You staying Sunday or you leaving? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
All right, let's talk then. I'm gonna try to find a way to get some shit cooking.
I can't wait. I
Love,
love this idea.
love you, brother. Oh,
Come on
hope
our
say
podcast.
hi.
Oh,
Wave
oh,
at the
say
camera
hi
one
to
time
the-
for me if you don't mind.
Pod next weekend.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? SummerSlam.
Love you, brother. I'll see you there, Papa. I miss you, Bubba. Love you more. Bye.
Bye.
I told you he only roasts the ones he loves.
It was fun. I've never seen anything like that actually with our business.
Yeah.
You know, after the show, it was.
He's the best.
was
man.
wild.
I heard Paul Heyman had some
wild.
heaters.
He did.
They
I
said
knew-
Paul Heyman showed
he
up on him a
was
little
so
bit.
nervous.
They said he sounded good.
I mean-
though.
He was.
I
He
wasn't
was
there. I was
awesome.
so mad I missed it.
But I knew he was going to be awesome.
No,
you know,
Paul- listen,
Paul's
man.
so clever. You know,
Paul is went out of his way to give me advice this whole process.
And what can you share? What do you feel comfortable sharing?
I'm comfortable sharing anything. I'm still new to this world, so I don't, my whole life is a shoot, so I'm having to find the balance while I'm leading into this thing. You know what I
Right,
mean? Because like I'm
right.
just
but
it's
you're
all
being
honest.
you anyway.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Paul just little things like inside baseball. Paul's like promo stuff. Like I cut my first promo, and right before I went out, I was like, "Wise man, give it to me real when I come back."
And what do you say?
And he sat me down. He said, first of all, you're natural. He said, I got to be honest. Like, it's unbelievable how you did that. He said, it was special. He said, do you really want me to be a nitpicky motherfucker? I said, Paul, I beg you to be a nitpicky motherfucker. And he's like, the pop, don't step on your own pop with the name. He's like, when you're in a conversation, I know it. It makes sense to be like, yo, nobody really cares about your podcast, Logan. Right? He's like, but in a ring, the pop is nobody cares about your podcast. The Logan could step on your pop.
Yeah.
Just like, and right then I was like, whoa. And he's like, I get it. You're a conversationalist. He's like, that's why I'm giving you the game.
Right.
And I was just so honored by that. And the second thing he gave me, I'm gonna keep down because it's something I
Okay.
might have to,
All right.
I might be cooking with later this week. You know what I'm saying? But he's went out of the way. We kind of, he broke down some frames on my things, showed me like camera stuff when I stood behind Logan. When Logan was on top of Randy at the Saturday night's main event, when I stood behind him, he was like, you looked right over there. He said, you could see Logan's head, you could see the camera over it. He was like, so knowing that you've seen it over his head, he's like, if you took one step forward, you'd have cheated yourself into that whole shot. And it's just little stuff like
It
that. And I'm
is.
pretty good at camera stuff because, I did Idol. I've been blessed to do a lot of TV. But it's like, those are the little things that were like, that's that nitpicky stuff. He was like, you did great. You addressed the main camera, the house camera. He's like, you had everything else down for the big stuff. He's like, but it's the
little
the
stuff.
connective moments, the
Yeah.
minutia. It's like these little things, the little, what do they call it? Connective
Nuance,
tissues,
connective
the nuances.
tissue,
the
yeah.
nuances, he said, that are going to be the special things. And I took all that to heart.
Yeah.
So
And it's-
when I see him this week, we're going to go frame by frame of that entire segment. And he's going to stop. We're going to stop every frame. And he's going to be
He's
like
the
right
best.
here.
He is
He
truly
cares,
the wise
man.
man.
He
I
really
mean, he
is.
is.
And he cares enough. Like he spoke to my whole. We're watching Monday Night Raw last night, and keep in mind, I got a bunch of people with me that I'm dragging into the wrestling world right now, and now they're completely invested, obviously.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And they see Paul's on TV last night with Roman. We're filming this week. Y'all know what happened Monday night at Raw, and Steph starts getting excited. My physiotherapist, she goes, "That was the nicest guy ever." I was like, "Which one?" She was like, "The one with the suit." I was like, "That's Paul Heyman." She was like, "He was so nice to us," and to just
That's
show like
cool.
that's so cool that he didn't know who they were, they didn't know who he was, and he just had a kind enough moment with her that it like excited all of them
Yeah.
to see him in the ring. And then I was like, "Well, you're finna boo him. Watch, he's a real asshole in there." I was like,
And
"Totally
he wants
different
you
guy."
to boo him. Yeah.
You were talking about making people feel something. This has been one of the funnest things I've learned in this process. There are kids in here every day training their ass off, and they're praying that one day somebody cares enough about them to boo them.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, for the non-wrestling fans listening to this, I know that blows your fucking mind. You know what I mean? Because
It
like
is
I'm a
the
wrestling
best
fan,
feeling to
and
get
it still
booed.
blows mine a little bit. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's the
Like these
best.
kids are fighting.
So you know what's funny? I think though it just depends on who you are because not everybody loves being a heel. I love being
You're
a heel.
so good. I rewatched your Ronda Rousey match, her
Oh
debut
my
the other night
God.
with you, your husband, and Kurt.
Yep.
And I've been watching all y'all celebrity matches just to kind of see where, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at in this process. So I don't want to let nobody down. You know what I'm saying? And what I took away from that match the most was, besides Ronda's just fucking
She's
athlete.
amazing,
You know what I
right?
mean? What
Yeah.
an athlete. But was like,
Yeah, like 2 Olympians.
don't take this wrong. I had remembered your husband's legendary heel run because he had he was the
no.
heel face
Yes,
of WrestleMania for a
yes.
decade. So it's like I had in that by default, I had forgotten how great of a heel you were.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I
and
just
so
love
when
it.
I rewatched the match, I was like, oh yeah, no, she was like, I was getting mad at you a little bit. I was like, that's just
Doing her job.
petty. You know what I'm saying?
no. Okay.
Did
That
y'all just have a
was-
girl moment there? Did y'all just check each
No,
other's teeth
I
or
was
something?
saying I thought this like
Okay.
I had a weird angle and I thought maybe I was going to get her in the
I
face.
worried you
with
just
it.
had a tooth moment where he's like,
No. Yeah.
I'd tell her.
I'd be less subtle. But thank you. I appreciate that. It's, Paul obviously put that whole match together and it was amazing. I mean, to be in there with honestly 2 Olympians and arguably one of the greatest of all time, I truly believe in my husband and me. Like who's
Stop
not the
it.
athlete here?
Get out of here.
No, I had to train
But
so
we always talk
so
about
much.
she forgets like what she went through, which you're probably
You're
in
going
this
through right
process
now.
Right
Yeah.
now. Like the bruises you were talking about on McAfee. She'd come into the office because she's still an executive at the time, and she sits down for a meeting, and I'm like, your elbows are black. Like
Black.
the bruises are
Yeah.
so dark. So she's got ice packs on her elbows on a call, like, like, and you're eating a certain way because you have to for the ring, and then you're also giving presentations. Like it was just another level that you always forget, and I like to remind you.
Oh, thank you
But,
very
like,
much, very much.
You are now in.
But getting back to the whole reason why we got into this is about being a heel. So when I first, and thank you. But when I first started, I was a baby face, or at least we tried to make me a baby face. And I remember when I realized, and I think my dad realized it, we go out and the Undertaker had abducted me. We couldn't say kidnapped, it
Casual.
was abducted. The semantics are important. And I'm in the middle of the ring now, and I'm supposed to be getting sympathy, and I'm talking about the things he supposedly did. And they are like eating it up, and they want to believe every nasty possible thing that they could. And they were, it was unbelievable. And I remember in that moment looking at my dad, being like, "This is kind of surprising," and he was eating it up. And I remember his reaction too. So when I really turned, and then they came, and it was slut. Like they used to chant "slut" at me. People don't even remember that.
Because that's when it started in the Triple H storyline.
That's right.
That was the
That's
beginning
right.
of that.
Yeah. Slut, slut, slut. And I was like, oh, this is the coolest. No one's ever chanted slut before. And then the worst was Steph's got side meat.
Yeah.
Somebody said that from the front row, and I was,
check in on that.
Because, you know,
yeah.
you're putting yourself out there, and I don't look like these girls, and I know that, but it's okay, so I got a little side me. You don't have to call it out.
I feel like it's creative.
Yeah, it was, but she's a crack whore with Chicago. That was, yeah, that
I'm
was
not gonna
probably
lie
the
though,
worst
side
one.
meat was a little more dirty.
Yeah, side meat was
I'm married. I am
mean.
a
It was
married
just
man.
mean.
That is
Yeah.
just
I
malicious.
thought
That
it
is
was
not in
mean.
good
That hurts.
spirit.
It did. I was like, and those guys were so proud of themselves.
It was, we got her.
What's the worst insult we can
Right?
use?
Right?
Side meat.
I'm glad I'm wrestling Logan Paul. I don't have to worry about that. you can't go heel next to him. He's gonna get booed out.
Oh
of the
my God,
building.
he's awesome. He's a great heel.
It's early to say this, but like, well, you can say this for sure. He's the best heel of this decade.
Mm.
It's
I don't know.
2020.
I
The
mean,
last
he's
3
awesome.
years,
He's
Logan's
amazing.
heel work has been
I think
ridiculous.
Gunther is right up there.
Gunther's great. You know when Gunther's always had me, but even how he came out of the Bill Goldberg match.
I mean,
with just
right?
that shit-eating smile. He's like,
He's
why is
so
everybody having
smug.
such a bad day?
So
He's like,
smug.
I'm having the best day
I
ever.
love Gunther.
But I
think
can tell
he
you this.
is an amazing heel, but so is Logan. Different heels.
It might. I'm biased, obviously, but I've listened to both of them get booed in person. Logan, when he got booed in Nashville, Tennessee, I couldn't hear his promo at first.
Yeah.
It was that
It was loud.
I was like waiting for when I was going to be able to say something and couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I mean, it was.
Isn't that the best feeling in the world?
I've never experienced nothing like it.
It's crazy.
And the next night in Atlanta, when they chanted for me, when I was getting in the ring and I got the jelly chant, I was like, I'm not new to that kind of experience as
Right.
far as like being
Live
in
event
a situation. Yeah,
performance,
like
yeah.
but dude, what I do and what that is, there's nothing like it, which is why I'm so hooked. Which is why I'm living
why
here.
do you think it is though? Why is it a different experience? Because, and I've heard you talk a little bit about this before. And when I was a kid growing up, I remember the first concert I went to, and it was a great concert. It was Steve Winwood and Joe Cocker, but I was like, this isn't as fun as WWE, and there's no signs, and like, aren't you people into it? And they were just, I found it such a passive experience. And then I went to tennis one time, and no disrespect to tennis, but you can't
Yeah,
do anything.
yeah.
And I was like ready to cheer and boo and clap, and you're like very frowned upon if you make a noise.
Especially if you start booing. Wimbledon just booing.
Yeah, but I didn't know the rules, and nobody smartened me up. So I was very surprised when all that happened. But there is nothing like the WWE audience. I'd love to know your perspective and what you feel, given you actually have the opportunity to perform in multiple different genres.
Yeah, it's the energy is palpable across the entire building. It's like that at shows, but the difference is when you hear that pop, when somebody takes a bump, or you hear that ring echo through here, and the crowd goes with it. I don't know how to describe it. It's the only time I've ever got lost in performances because, like, when I do what I do for a living, it's very important that I'm like aware up here. You know what I mean? Like, there are people out here that I'm trying to connect with in a different kind of way. So I want to make sure that I'm very present in here, and every note matters. I'm so in the show and in the people that I don't never actually get lost in the performance because I'm just trying to connect for the entire hour and a half. I'm just trying to make sure that we're all connecting together. Because if I do a good show, if I do a good show, everybody in the audience at some point felt like I brought it to them.
Like you touched them personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And if I do an incredible show, everybody in the audience will feel like I brought it to them and I brought them to me. And if I have the best show of my life, they won't see me at all. They'll just see us. It's just a bird's eye of the whole thing. But
Because everybody's the same.
we're all in here together. It's
Yeah.
one pain. It's one heart. It's one band, one sound. That's what I'm going for up here. It takes a lot of like intense connection.
Yes.
The music's that way. In there, even when I'm training and there's not a soul in here, man, I'm lost in that. I'm so lost in that. And it's over so fast.
It is.
And you want it to start again so quick. You're so sad it's over. I did a 10-minute segment on SmackDown the other night, 11-minute segment, and it was the fastest 11 minutes
It
of
goes
mine. It was a
really
roller
quick.
coaster
Yeah.
fast. And it's like a roller coaster. As soon as you get off, you're like, Can we one more just real quick? Just one more.
Please.
We could just
Just
don't. I don't want to
something.
get off. Just leave me strapped in and let me go do it one more time.
Wait till after you work in the ring.
I can't. I'm scared.
It's gonna be great.
I'm scared. I'm worried I'm going to have the Bad Bunny thing happen where I'm sure he was like, I'm just going to take one match at WrestleMania to scratch my itch. And then he went on to have like 5 matches. Headline Backlash. You know what I'm saying?
He was amazing. Are you ready to hold WWE history in the palm of your hand? Topps is bringing you closer to the action than ever before with WWE Topps Now, highlighting the biggest matches and milestones from WWE shows and PLEs throughout the year. Topps Now is enhancing the fan experience by connecting collectors to the superstars and spectacles that ignite their passion. Featuring stunning event-exclusive photography, each card is made for the moment. And for some lucky collectors, that moment could become the pull of a lifetime. Along with serial numbered parallels, some Topps Now releases offer a chance at rare short prints, superstar autographs, and even pieces of the mat, gear, or other items used during the featured match. So which moments will you collect? With each card only available for a limited time, you won't want to wait to begin your Topps Now journey. Be sure to subscribe to the WWE Topps Now mailing list on Topps.com and follow Topps on all social media platforms so you never miss a single moment. So, being that this is a podcast in partnership with WWE and Fanatics, I know that you are a huge fan of the Tennessee Titans. Yes. So, what piece of merchandise, historically, currently, or who's your favorite Titans player of all time? Who would you want their autograph? Like, what piece of memorabilia would you love to have?
Oh, there's so many. Good question. Lifelong Titan fan. I would say I'm torn between. So we did the red jerseys every now and then, but not very often. So anytime the Titans do the red jerseys, I'm like elated that we're doing the red jerseys.
And
I'm
why?
like,
Just because
it's
it's different?
You know how there's
Okay.
like when you like a team
Yeah.
for so long, the light blue jerseys, the white jerseys,
Sure,
the dark
sure.
blue jerseys, that's all
And you
we
got
got.
the uniform?
So every now and then you get a different, like it's red, you're like, oh, thank you. It's a different kind
Different
of a
thing.
flavor. If I could own a piece of memorabilia or like find it like as a fan, when Kevin Dyson, and he might have it, he still lives in Nashville, caught the Music City Miracle that sent us to the Super Bowl, if I could get that football, if I could, man, imagine if somebody has that football with Steve McNair and Kevin Dyson's signature on it, God rest Steve McNair's soul, like, that is like, as a Titan fan, I can't think of another, because between us, I'm such a fan, everything else I kind of want. I got all my Derrick Henry stuff, Chris Johnson stuff, Eddie George stuff. Jeffrey Simmons is my boy. He said, you know what's cool? Something I own right now I'm excited about. Jeff Simmons gave me his All-Pro jersey and signed it to me to hang up at the bar. I have a bar
that's very
downtown
cool.
Nashville.
Yes, I heard
and
about
was
that
like
bar.
a really big deal for me, for Jeff Simmons to give me that. I was like a kid.
Now, is that in the front part of the bar or in Buddy's in the back?
I think, ooh, I love you, Steph. I love you so much. It'll be in the front part of the bar. He said he wanted everybody to see it. I wanted to be selfish with it, but he said, this is the All-Pro jersey. You got to put this on Main Street. I said, I got you. I'll put that on Broadway. Jeff Simmons is, Jeff Simmons make Drew McIntyre look small. So when he asks for
boy.
something, you're like, yes,
Yeah,
sir, yes,
yes,
sir,
sir.
Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, though. Probably something like that. The big Titan guy. Anything Titan, though. You can always get me excited. But you know what I really want, Steph? A winning season.
Okay.
I'll take a winning season,
A winning
y'all.
season.
This year.
From your lips to God's ears, right?
Hallelujah.
Here we go.
I have yet to meet a truly successful person. Me personally, I'm in the entertainment business though, right? So obviously I don't meet a lot of CEOs that are normal people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the ones I meet with y'all aren't fucking normal people.
I've never-
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean?
And
It's
what
like,
is normal anyway?
Yeah. So it's, I don't have tech CEO friends. So, but all my friends are passion people.
Yeah.
It's not, this isn't what I do. This is who I am. Music's not what I do. It's who I am. I am music. I live music. I love music. It's all I want. Coach Bloom, sweetest dude ever, had to talk to me one day. He said, I just want to talk about business for 2 seconds. And I was like, yeah, whatever, coach. And I was kind of really in.
Sure,
'cause He's
sure.
got my undivided attention in life right now, obviously. If I don't listen to nobody else, it's him. And
Yes,
I'm like,
sir.
I'm like, yes, sir, what's up, coach? And he's like, just one piece of business. I'm like, yes, sir. And he goes, and he asked me a music question. And I was like, that's not business, coach. He was like, I just don't want to be the guy that talks to you about music. And I was like, no,
Why
Coach,
not?
there's nothing else I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I appreciate that's how you feel because that means a lot to me that you care. But like the day that somebody comes up to me and wants to talk about music and I'm annoyed by it, I should quit doing music.
Yeah.
Like the day I don't go walk on stage, I did a show in Minot, North Dakota Saturday. Coolest thing happened. First one of these in my life Sunday. I had a Logan Paul sucks sign in my crowd. It was awesome.
That's
It was
awesome.
so cool.
Great.
I stopped the show for it. I was like, well, I'd like to bring attention. To
That's so great.
But it's like I'm in Minot, North Dakota. It's my second time playing this fair. It was one of my favorite shows a couple of years ago, which is why I wanted to do it again. And hour before the show, I'm getting my normal nerves. 15, 20 minutes before the show, I mean, you would think I pissed in my palms. You know what I'm saying? You would think
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold a cup of water. I mean, I'm just, and I have guys, friends of mine, who would say, it's just a Sunday fair in North Dakota, dude. Like,
Right.
that's a phone-in show. And I'm like, dog, these are 19,000 souls with a story. What's your story? This is 19,000 what's your stories.
Yeah.
And they have a story why they're here. It's not just a story in life. Their life stories brought them here. I know that because I know what kind of music I make. I don't phone in shows. I'm petrified I'm going to go out here and not only serve these people what they deserve, but make sure they get the dose of God that I told him I would give them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I got an agreement with my relationship with this guy too, where I'm like, I got you. I fuck up a lot and cuss a lot, but I make sure to spread the bread and let people know how I feel, And it's a big deal to me. And that is
Because
passion.
it's about
I'm
the
sorry,
people,
you talked about
right?
passion. I went on a 12-minute fucking
But that obviously,
monologue.
I mean, showing,
sorry.
not telling, right?
Yeah.
Like that you could feel your passion, right?
Love this shit.
Yeah, and that's how I feel too.
And what
mean,
I want wrestling fans to know is that I am a wrestling fan.
I
I'm
think they get
only
that.
in this. They are now. It was.
Yeah.
I had the coolest moment with my management where I was like, "Look, y'all need to know something about this. First of all, inside baseball, you can imagine not a soul on my team was for this idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like inside baseball, probably a complete shoot. There wasn't one person that works with me that was like, "It's the best idea you've ever had." You know what I mean? They were all like, "Let me get this right. We gave you a month off." Finally, because you begged for it to the point of threatening people, and then you want to
This is
use
how you're
it
using it.
to go put yourself in danger doing that
When you put it
right
that
before
way.
you go on a European tour.
they're like, you're our bread and butter, right?
They were like, dude, you've got quite a year ahead of you. Like maybe you should just spend that month resting the body instead of beating it to absolute shit. But I was like, look, man, I love this. And then they sat down and they were like, and then they did some research. They're like, what, do you see any upside in this? I was like, y'all are missing this.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't, this is how I know we got a disconnect here. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, I need to warn everybody then, since I see the disconnect. When this announces, there's going to be a small group of wrestling purists that are going to attack me. And they're going to seem a lot bigger than they actually are because they're going to be super loud.
They're very loud. They're very
But
loud.
they're passionate, which
So
I
passionate.
can respect. And the real passionate ones, not the troll ones that you can never satisfy, will dig into this storyline in less than 1 week into this storyline. And I know what's coming up the next 2 weeks. But less than 1 week into this storyline will turn them because they'll see that I care.
Yep.
They're just so used to celebrities coming in here and not caring.
Well, they'll not only will they see it, but they'll feel it. And that's the intangible. And I think that when we talk about people finding themselves or whatever it is, to me it is that vulnerability. It's letting them in. And that's the difference. When you can figure that out, how to actually let them in and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And you're connecting with them because you're letting them in and they're feeling it. And they can feel you're a fan. You're one of them.
I'm one of
one
us.
of us.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite chant at shows. When at my shows, it's a quote we have on our tour bus, is like, when we call you one of us, there is no greater terminology
Compliment,
than
yeah.
we can, like inside baseball with my boys. You see my boys smiling over there ear to ear.
Yeah.
Because that's how we'll talk to each other. I'll be like, yo, one of us.
Yeah.
And that just
yeah,
instantly,
that means
it's like,
something.
they get it. You know what I mean? It's like, even hearing your stories and knowing your story and being a fan of the pod is like, I always joke with people that don't take this wrong, but they mistake, I'm super white trash. And they mistake like money and white trash for being two different things. And you're a great example of a person who's grew up with some money, but is white trash as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm sorry, that's actually the headline.
Well, my dad did grow up in a trailer park as well, so
But it's
yeah.
like, dude, you've been in the wrestling business your whole life.
My whole
I didn't
life,
expect
my
you
whole
to be
life.
fucking be, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Sally Sue. You know what I mean? It's like, I knew what I was getting. You know what I mean? And that's awesome to me. It's like, you're one of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, of my kind, like, we look at you as one of us, which is crazy. If we had to just only stereotype you by where you grew up, you wouldn't believe that. But then we get to talk to you like you're one of us. You know what I mean? You're truly
well,
one of us.
nobody's better than anybody else.
Well, I think that's
That's what I believe.
100.
Anyway,
Well, yeah,
you
no,
know.
100%. Nobody's.
Nobody. I don't
nobody's.
care who you are. It does not matter. No one is better than any other person.
Well, listen, dude, we're all eating shit sandwiches looking for some peanut butter. That's the
right.
truth. You know what I'm saying? That's
Well, I
the
was
bottom
told
line.
you have to learn to eat shit and like the taste, so there wasn't a lot of peanut butter.
This is great.
So, well, actually, Elise, I'm gonna let you ask a question. I keep going.
That's fine. I was going to ask before when we were talking about the fans and passion. I recently saw a video of a fan. She was holding a sign. We couldn't quite figure out if it was her mother or her grandmother that she had lost. And you've shared it all, like this passion. I can feel it every song that you sing. Like again on the plane, you're always someone we're listening to. Like you feel the message, and if you've been through shit, you get it. What is it like to stand up there and just connect with someone who you see like what you're singing about means something to them? How do you put that feeling into words?
Have you ever had a cry that was like unexpected, or maybe you were watching something, you were like, this could trigger this. You know what I mean? But it happens, and then it's like the most cathartic cry ever. That's every night. I get teary-eyed talking about crying.
Yeah.
Because like I think y'all, this is why I'm so glad I'm getting to like talk about wrestling with what I do to parallel the two. I think about the signs, right? You seeing that sign, it's like this is every night. Like when you go to a WWE event, there's signs everywhere, and they're waiting for the moment to put up a sign. Like when we have the sign moment at our show and they finally pop up, imagine being at a WWE event, but imagine every sign being something like, I beat stage 4 cancer, I'm not okay, but I'm all right. 217 days sober.
Mm.
It's like,
Damn.
it's hard to talk about, not cry.
Yeah. I mean,
And I joke because I'm always fucking crying on TV about this shit. But it's hard to see it every night and not feel it. You know what I mean? It's hard. I'm not numb to it. That little girl affected me that way. You know what I mean? Like I felt like a criminal for not acknowledging her pain. You know what I mean? Like, and I struggle now because you can't acknowledge all the signs. You know what I mean? But it's like crazy signs of like, people still battling cancer, or, coming through addiction, or RIP signs of when I spoke at Congress about fentanyl one time. And I've always wrote songs about addiction because I've just struggled with it. I have it in my family. Child's mother has it. I'm from a long line of that kind of stuff. But it's like, it still don't hit no different when a little girl's holding a sign that goes, my father overdosed with the date. You know what I mean? His favorite song was Save Me. Will you dedicate it to him? And it's a 12-year-old girl. You know what I mean? It's like, you can joke about me crying all the time, but you don't have to feel that. I don't see it. I feel it.
Yeah. Because that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
And that's why you do what you do.
Yeah.
It's to give them those moments
For sure.
and to let them know they're not alone, right? They're seen and heard in a very special and a very unique way through your music and through the message that you're sending. It's really
There it is. There
beautiful.
she is. What a sweet little girl.
Oh, she
my friend had shared this, and the caption was "Protect Jelly Roll at all costs," because
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's
struggling.
every night.
I mean,
Every night, every show, every city, it is tens of thousands of people with stories similar.
yeah.
What a gift.
What a gift.
What a gift.
It's all God, man.
That's amazing.
God, dude, I promised my wife I was going to quit crying on the internet. Then they bring up a viral clip of a little girl and me crying together.
Sorry.
It's just
That was your fault.
I
I'm
know.
Yeah,
just
thank you.
saying.
God.
You did
Yeah,
it
why
this
did you give her a
time. Yeah,
question?
right?
Fuck.
Right?
You were so much cooler
Sorry,
when you were just
Joey.
ad-libbing.
I do better. No. No, you're not.
I had to laugh my way out of that one. I had to laugh my way out
That's
of
all
that
right.
one.
You didn't see
That's
me
called
almost take a bump
yeah.
out of my cherry.
Yeah, that's
cake.
called a humor. That's
I
called a
should-
humor.
Check her out.
Call that humor masking in therapy.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I had to learn that term because imagine my first 20 therapy sessions, I thought I was a comedian. So just trying to get out of every question, like, ha ha. But I feel it, man. It's passion. It's real. It's honesty. And I also think about vulnerability. We talked about this off camera. I think it's been my superpower. And I think about the vulnerability it takes to come to this show and make that sign.
right?
You know what I mean? Like I
Really?
think about the vulnerability it takes to come to the show. I tell you what, it takes more vulnerability for me to come to the show and not make the sign.
And just be
You just
there
had to
and-
the fight to get there.
Yeah.
Like I know the fight it is for me to get out of bed some days. You know what I mean? Like the fight to get there with some of the shit. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I mean, it's just crazy. I think about all that when I'm on stage, you know? And which is why I love this, because when I'm doing this, I'm just thinking about tucking my fucking chin or making sure I don't hurt nobody. You know what I mean? You're just kind of lost in the performance. But when I'm doing what I do, it is it's all about finding that story.
Would
If I-
you say it's like a healing?
It's healing. It's 100. That's why I said it's like the cathartic cry.
Yeah.
It's not like the funeral day of a friend cry.
Right.
Where you cry all day and just get a headache.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
like you cry and you leave and you're like, it's all right. Like, dude, I feel better. I think people leave my shows
feeling better.
feeling
like
better, like
therapy.
feeling lighter, like feeling more
amazing.
free, feeling more like, oh man, this is a safe place. Like, I had a girl hold a sign up the other day, talking about one that made me get emotional. It just said, thanks for being my safe place.
Oh.
It's like a
Wow.
teenage girl. You know what I mean? It's like, that's crazy. But I remember my radio being my safe place.
Yeah.
And that's why it hits so different. Because when you look at it, you're like, man, I remember when the radio was my safe place. I remember when I would go, like, I show my age, but we had the cassette tapes and we would go record the radio, the top 10 radio on the cassette. You know what I mean? And then we would play back the songs we liked or make our own little cassette tapes of it, you know?
Oh yeah, mixtapes. Yeah.
And I didn't know this at the time, but I'm going to teach all of us old people something. We would do this thing where we would stay up at night because you'd hear the new songs at night.
Right.
So you could get ahead of everybody. So if you'd stay up late, you'd catch a new song. And by the time it got hot on the radio, you was already been hit. I now that I've been blessed that country radio has been so good to me, know that is called being put in overnights. When you first get put on the radio, the first chance they give you is an overnight rotation.
To
I didn't
see.
know that at the time, but I just knew that if you stayed up late, you'd hear some different shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like that kind of a nerd about it.
Oh jeez, I'm so sorry.
Time to feed the dogs.
No, it's Gus's liver pill. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, is that a dog?
My boy, he's only a year old, and he was just in the hospital for 2 nights. He had gotten a bad staph infection. He was put on sulfur drugs, and he was one of the rare dogs that had a reaction, and his liver almost failed. And he's good now, we believe.
God, I was like, this podcast keeps getting sadder.
No, he's okay.
Okay, good.
But yeah, he's the cutest.
Do we
I'll
need to
just-
tell somebody? Do we need to text somebody to remind them to give him his liver pill?
You know, it's I'm on it, but that's these are my 2 dogs. This is Attila and Gus.
Gus is the one to the right.
He is the one on the bottom.
Yep, that was my
Yeah.
guess. All right,
Yeah.
Gus looks like a Gus.
He is a
I
Gus.
like Gus.
He's 180 pounds.
I got a
A 1-year-old.
I got a basset hound called Bussy. He's called the bus dog because
Oh, I love it.
When my wife got him, he grew up on the bus with me
He
on the
did.
tour bus. Yep, so
Yeah.
we call him Bussy the bus dog.
I love it.
He's the dude, man.
He is,
Floppy
right?
eared, long. He's the coolest thing in the world.
On all the sofas and
Oh,
everything.
dude,
yeah.
we're not. You know how that is. It's white trash. You can imagine. Sleeps in the bed with us. Just bad. Just
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
parenting.
Well,
All
our
dog
dogs are
owners
too
would be
big
like, how
to be
dare-
in the bed.
Bussy damn near is, dude. Look at that big dog.
Yeah, that's Gus.
Dude, look at him.
Yeah, that
He's
was
sitting
my
on him,
father's
sitting on it. It's
stay
mine.
post.
He's like,
Yeah, he sits on all of us. He
Yeah.
loves to cuddle.
I love when you got 200-pound lap dogs.
Yeah, he does.
He has
really
no
loves
clue
to
he's that
cuddle.
big. He has absolutely no clue.
No, he doesn't. And he's like a total beta.
Oh, I
He's
love
scared
that.
all the time, and he hides behind Attila. You know, like she's definitely the alpha
Little
of
more
the pack.
gangster?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he comes right behind me. He's starting to learn.
You got
but he's-
dogs?
I do. I have 2 golden doodles.
Oh, the doodles.
Doodles.
All right.
Nala and Winnie. They're getting up there, 8 and 9. I feel like all of a sudden.
You got a long way to go with them.
Like I feel like they're getting
Yeah.
old.
No,
My
they're
girls.
the best.
My girls before the kids.
Keep loving on them,
Oh
baby.
yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
loving
They're
on
in
'em.
our bed too.
Yep, no.
Yeah, ours is
Also
not in
white
our
trash,
bed.
apparently.
Not in our bed.
My bus
I mean,
dog slept
yours
on.
cannot be.
Yeah, they're
I'm
too-
telling you,
they're-
no, really, they kick us out
Horses.
of the bed.
Oh no, for sure they
Yeah,
take over.
they're
Bus dog's big. He's
huge.
not that big though. He's like 65 pounds.
Well, and Gus's arms and legs are very, very long.
Yeah.
He's
That was I
he's
just seen him sitting on.
tall.
It's a big dog.
He's a big
Comments
dog.
on that one too. They're like, he's the champ.
Yeah.
Count to 3.
The only time Triple H did a job for his dog. That's what I saw.
Gus. That's great.
Undefeated. God, that's awesome.
So, what was your first exposure to wrestling like? And
I don't-
and what stories do you remember? Who resonated with you the most?
Well, of course, I guess I was probably like right before, late 7, 8, 9 years old. That era. I would say that was Ultimate Warrior Hogan days, kind of right around the peak
Okay.
of that. But before that, I remember all the older storylines too, though. Junkyard Dog, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, like. These guys would come to the fairgrounds all the time. I think it was Smoky Mountain Wrestling
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
And we'd either go up to East Tennessee and watch it sometimes, or we would watch it right back at the Nashville Fairgrounds. They had a regular Saturday show in Nashville that we would go see it. I always tell the joke, and I told it on the other day, but we would either go to Night Court or wrestling.
Yeah.
That was the two things we would go do.
So, can you expound upon Night Court? Because I was actually unaware of this practice.
This is
White trash as
don't-
I am.
This is
I didn't
this
know.
is special. I don't know if they still have it. If they do, I should take my son. But back in the days, they had you would go to the jail downtown, 448 Second Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. I know because I was there at one point, and we would go down there and you'd walk in the front door, and then they had a place where you'd walk, and it was pews like a church, concrete like a jail, plexiglass like unbreakable plexiglass, and then a judge, and a judge sat behind a piece of plexiglass. And then there was a little box next to him. And there was a plexiglass and some bars separating him from this box and a plexiglass from us. So I would watch like a movie, the judge, and they would bring drunk people in. And they would plead their case to the overnight judge because they couldn't get a bond until in the morning to see if they would set a bond or he'd cut them all loose. Imagine how white trash my mom is, that she puts 9 of us, 8 of us in an Oldsmobile, lights up
Wait,
a
8
light.
of you?
Oh, dude, I mean the whole family. I mean, I had 3 older brothers and an older sister, me 5, she was 6, probably had 2 friends with us. I mean, we'd be stacked like a clown
And
car.
just come on time to go to Night Court.
Hey, come on, we're gonna go do something
Popcorn?
fun. We'd be like, yeah. No, what do you know? We couldn't, whatever. So we'd go and we would watch drunk people plead their case. And once we realized what it was the funniest
I
thing.
bet. I bet that
Imagine
was.
Judge Judy, but only drunk people. Only people that like had car act. Like there would be guys that like fell asleep in the middle of an intersection drunk, and they're in there pleading there, I haven't had a drink of alcohol. I've been sober 7 years. And he's like drooling on himself. Or the ones that would come in and just cuss the judge out. Like
Right.
it was constant entertainment. Every now and then the best were the domestic disputes.
Uh-oh.
Because they would have to bring the husband and wife in separate. Back then they would just arrest them both. They go, we'll figure it out at the courthouse. And then they'd come down and each one would have to come in front of the judge. So the girl comes in first like, that no good cheating bitch. He's been fucking Cindy. And she's like losing her. And we're like, oh, damn. And they would kick us out.
Wait, now were you allowed to be interactive?
Yeah, no, we were cheering. We never got in trouble for it. Nobody wants, dude, there was weekends it was packed in there. It was like the
Really?
club. You would
Everybody
see so
doing
many
the
people.
same thing?
Dude, my mom started bringing neighbors.
We're like, we're gonna need a
go.
bigger car.
Yeah, and I'd wonder, and finally I realized if we went down there, it's because we couldn't afford wrestling that weekend. This was free.
Yeah,
This was
okay,
free
all right,
entertainment.
all right.
You know what I'm saying? But we would go watch wrestling all through, the Ultimate Warrior era. It wasn't Sid Vicious. Who was the first Sid? I had 3 different Sids. Psycho Sid.
Well, Psycho Sid, yeah.
Sid Vicious.
And I don't know if he.
Vicious. I gotta remember, but they had we went and watched all.
Psycho Sid was more
Yeah.
my era.
Psycho Sid was a little bit after,
Yeah.
but we
Did you see the footage of him breaking his leg?
God, I cannot watch breaking leg footage. By the way, it's
It was
just something.
very, very awful.
Ever
Very
since
awful.
that scene, Anderson Silva break his leg, I was there when he kicked Chris Weidman and it snapped like in the arena. Oh, I'm haunted by that. I can hear the sound. It's like bone breaking is one thing. I got a weak
Yeah.
stomach. I've got a super weak stomach.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, super. And then blasting into the Attitude Era,
Yeah.
I'm like turning 12.
Oh.
So you
perfect
can
timing.
imagine
Yes. Yes.
what I think when I watch. I loved Jake the Snake Roberts before the gimmick, the religious gimmick, like just Jake the Snake Roberts. Loved him. So then he has a religious gimmick, and then when Austin shoots the big promo, and becomes Austin that night, and just the beginning of what felt like would be the next decade of just insanity.
And it was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolute fucking insanity.
I came in at the tail end.
I remember.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
No, it was crazy.
No, it felt it like we would, because I remember it went from the fairgrounds to the Municipal Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. It felt like overnight.
Yeah.
It just felt like all of a sudden
It
we were
grew
going to
really
watch
fast.
wrestling
Yes.
at the Municipal. And back then, y'all were doing dark matches.
Mm-hmm.
In Nashville, Tennessee, if y'all were running the Southern Circuit, dude, we might get, I'm not making this up, it's 5, 6, 7 shows a year sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was always coming through. So it was like, it was just so easy to be a fan at the time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it was
And it was
also,
fun.
it was so fun, dude. And iconic memories. Me and my oldest brother, Scott D. Ford, nerd out about this all the time now that I'm down here, is like, and now that me and DJ become friends over the years, of like,
And when you say
remember-
DJ, you mean
Dwayne,
Rock.
Yeah, The Rock.
Yeah.
I remember watching him stand up on that top rope, you know what I mean, on that second rope, and do the Rock thing
Yeah.
with the eyebrow in 97, 96, or 98 or whatever it was, and just like him and Stone Cold, and that being, thinking wrestling, that's fucking love this dude, man. One of the sweet, you know this, but one of the sweetest souls. To be the most famous dude on earth, he sure don't act like it. But just remember, like, how much you're talking about making it feel something. Like, it was different, because I remember when I was a kid, I would watch Hulk and Ultimate Warrior, and it made me feel something. But not like that era. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what it's went on to be now. I was, one of the other reasons I'm so glad that I got in a situation to do a match with y'all at this point in my life and career is, I think the storytelling right now is like the last 5, 6 years, especially the Roman era, has been Attitude Era fire to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I
as,
agree.
And I'm the old protective, and I know somebody online right now, like, how dare? It's like, but look, man, if we're always looking
well,
for
this
what
is your
happened
opinion.
then,
Yeah,
it's like,
this
but
is
if we're-
your
and if-
experience.
Also, y'all, if we're always looking for what happened then, we're never gonna love what's happening now.
That's true.
Don't make us look up 10 years from now and be like, damn, that Roman era was really crazy.
Yeah.
Like, except it's crazy now. Except that we're in it right now.
Be-
and
be
it's
in the
fire.
moment.
Enjoy
And
it
it's
now.
fire. Like,
Yeah.
it's fire right now. I was even looking at like I was thinking about SummerSlam and all the years of SummerSlam, and thinking about Brock. You know, and I was thinking about that walking in here earlier. I seen that old SummerSlam poster with Brock. And I was like, even you think about this SummerSlam right now, going into 2 nights, like Punk, Gunther, Cody, Cena, like just the poster's already crazy. Randy, Drew, Logan,
Jelly roll.
Jelly Roll. I'm sneaking my way in there.
Headlining.
Yeah.
Right.
Sneaking that
You
way
better
in
say
there.
Right on there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me.
You've earned it. You've earned it.
I'll tell you this. I am really trying my hardest for it.
Yeah.
I promise y'all that, like, if nothing else, everyone in this building will tell you that, like, I'm really trying, Steph. Like, I show up every day with a good attitude. I work all day. I bust ass. I don't complain. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Learn as much as I can. Like, I'm going to show up a lot more prepared than I think people think I'm going to show up. And I still want to manage their expectations that I'm not going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
But you're trying.
But I'm trying. And, like, I think it's going to impress people for the amount of time I put in it. But what I learned about this, and I knew about this too, was that, man, this is a lifelong sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, these kids, they're kids. in
But
here
there's a really important lesson in what you're saying, and I think that's you get out what you put in,
for sure.
right? And that's true no matter what it is in life.
Anytime a celebrity's got involved in the WWE, it was always in an effort for wrestling to get the pop culture look it deserves.
Yeah.
And
That's
I think
true.
it's fucked up. It
Think
takes
about,
working with one of us to
Tyson.
do it. Yeah, Tights for sure.
Yeah.
When Mike came in, all the moments.
Yep.
The Floyd fight with the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
Our current
I mean, that
president
was
was
so
in there throwing a
hilarious.
couple punches one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That's correct.
this is
Battle
real.
of the Billionaires. Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
It's like, you know, this is I could bore you with these. I now, you know, it's like I've watched this my whole life.
Yeah,
That
me
was
too.
that was my fan moment. Was like when I started to become a musician and famous, I was like, man, I wonder if I'll ever be famous enough as a musician to do one of those wrestling things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know, like when we FaceTime Tony, Tony's a real fan.
Yeah.
That's another. You want to talk about how me and Tony became friends early? No, not about wrestling. If we'd sit down and talk about the flagship events, anytime something happened at WrestleMania, we just call each other immediately and be like, yo, like the night of WrestleMania, not this one, the one before, we were on the phone all night like kids.
That's so
You know
cool.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
kids, like
I love
calling
it.
like, yeah, did you fucking, the last 10 minutes was the craziest thing ever. You know what I mean? It was just like, you know, that's another takeaway, and I'm sorry I'm just rambling, but I'm
No,
so
please.
excited to talk about. I don't have nobody to talk to about this. I wasn't allowed to talk about it until y'all announced it. So for 3 weeks, I was doing the coolest thing ever. Couldn't tell a soul. But it's I'm learning that like a lot of my therapy was around inner child. You know, like a lot of my food addiction, we talked about this off camera, was about the young man. Because I got fat really young, like really, really young. Was over 300 pounds coming out of middle school. I'm going to be under 300 pounds for the first time since middle school the night I walked to that ring at SummerSlam.
That's amazing.
That's an exclusive here. I haven't said that nowhere. My goal
Wow.
is for the first time since middle school, I will be under 300 pounds for the first time since we're talking about literally now 30
Like fifth,
years.
sixth grade?
Literally.
Wow.
Wow. Congratulations.
Literally. And I should be
That's amazing.
under 300 pounds. I weigh in once a month. I weighed in right before I got here. We have the scale documented that month. I'm pretty sure I'm doing the work. It ain't no way it ain't. You know what I mean?
And you want to be on the cover of Men's Health March 26th.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You want me
Yeah.
to set another big one right now?
Please.
I haven't set another one in a while. This will make my publicist hate me.
Sorry.
Ooh, I like that.
I want to do a shirt off cover in 27.
Wow. That's awesome.
And that, I mean, I'm a long way from that, obviously. Like I'm gonna have to get my skin cut. I mean, I've got to do a lot of.
Do you have to do that?
I'm gonna have to because it's interfering with me and my daily functions.
And there's
It's not even an aesthetic thing. Now that I can take my shirt off and not have saggy tits, that's gonna be a big bonus. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But like, it's just
tell me about it.
TMI. While we're,
I was trying not to make
I
a
hate it when they sag. That's the worst.
while we're oversharing today with each other, I'm just hanging too much.
Yeah.
And it's like interfering with like just daily function sometimes. I'm having to like I'm having to wear like compression clothes
Okay.
just because the shit's just bad. It's a great problem to have.
And is it
Right.
supposed to shrink?
I don't know. I haven't done enough. Everybody I talked to that really did it the way I've done it is like, look, man, eventually you're either going to swole up and I know a couple of guys who never cut and they did get really jacked and it still sags, but it's not as bad.
Right?
But I don't know that I'm.
Well, you'll see how your
I don't,
skin is,
yeah,
right?
I don't think I want to see myself getting really jacked. Maybe later, that's something I want to do later. But when you spend your whole life being obese, morbidly obese, or really fat, your first instinct ain't I want to be big.
Yeah.
It's like I want to actually get as small
I
as
think
I
you'll
can
be
possibly
surprised
be.
how muscular you are.
No, I'm finding that out.
Yeah.
I'm
because
learning
you're
that.
carrying around all that weight. That's I mean,
Well, dude, my neck, it's took me 3 weeks to start properly taking snapback bumps.
Yeah.
Because where I had no athletic background coming in here, Steph. I've had to train and build these
Your
muscles
neck, yeah.
slowly. I've had to get in this ring every day and do 20 or 30 of
Yep.
these and like start doing just every day. Coach Bloom was so patient with me, him and Coach Smalls. And they just be like, we're just going to do it slow with you, baby. Just lay down. And I just do the lay down. Just like do them as you can. Just build that muscle. And then we started doing the mid ropes. And now we're doing snapback. So it's like, it's been a real.
Well, and it's very unnatural to fall backwards.
It's
like
the most
that.
we
yeah,
have
it's very
so-
hard to learn.
And as I even catch myself now that I know what's happening, I feel so bad for the years I was a fan watching them do it and completely undermining how insane that was. You know what I mean? Like completely.
Well, how
just
can you appreciate it if you've never done it? You know?
Dude, you think you can appreciate it?
Yeah,
dude,
there's nothing like
even
being
now
in
when I'm
there.
talking to people, they're like, "So, like, how soft is it up there?" I was like, "It's a piece of plywood, dog. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
It's not
Soft?
soft at all.
Nothing
People,
about that
oh no,
thing
but
is
it's
soft."
bouncy. I've seen it bounce. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like, it's got a coiled spring and a piece of plywood, dog. It's like nobody, come in here, sign a
Yeah.
waiver and let me just I'll just lay you down on it and watch what it feels like. It hurts your knees to rub against it. That's something else is it's not slick.
No, the canvas.
The canvas,
yeah, the mat
is-
burn.
it
yeah.
burns.
Yeah.
These ropes are cable.
Yep.
They're not rubber bands. This is all stuff I'm having to teach people. I knew this kind of.
But they won't get it.
No, and even when I tell them it's a cable, they're like, yeah, but like, why does it?
It moves so much.
And I was
yeah.
like, because a 280-pound man is running into the cable.
Right.
It's a cable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, trust me. And I in the writer's house, I just show them my back. 'Cause
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks I was
Yeah.
here, I just had that rip.
My whole side was,
Mine was
purple and blue.
Mine is
my
too.
whole
Mine is right
side.
here from doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but doing
Different
something I'm gonna
stuff.
try to do
Yeah.
that's cool. And it's like if I can do it, but if I can do it, but because of practicing it 1,000
Yeah.
times, I mean, if I took my pants off right now, it's all up my ass, all up. To
Oh yeah, no, I can picture it.
I am bad, dude. My shoulders were so bruised. I tell you how soft I was. I didn't realize how just much of a not man I had became in light of just being a traveling musician for 15 years. Locking up.
Yeah.
I had a bruise on my shoulder just from it, just having so much, and they're not hitting it. They're not slapping the fuck out of me. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Just enough.
But
Just-
like,
Yeah.
just where I haven't done anything. I haven't lifted a weight. I haven't done, every muscle I have is just from years of being fat.
But you've been playing basketball.
Shooting ball. I've been hooping, Steph. You should see me, man. I'm
Yeah?
pretty good for a
But
big
so,
fella.
and it makes me, because your knees, like,
Yeah, I got good knees.
you must,
They're
because
hurting
you're
here,
doing
though,
a lot of
'cause
stuff
y'all take
from
knee
taking the
bumps.
bumps. Yeah. Do you wear
Golly.
pads?
Yes, ma'am. but
Okay.
dude,
Yeah.
it's still up. You mean
Yeah.
that one's healing finally, but that's I was talking
Your
to
body will build up the resistance
that's
to
what
it.
But I'm learning this about the ropes now because
Mm-hmm.
like the first 2 or 3 weeks it hurt every time I hit them.
And then you
don't
just,
feel it at all.
you kind of get numb. I
get
don't know
numb to
what
it.
actually happens
I would assume.
physiologically, but
I wonder if
think
it's
it's-
like when
yeah,
you play a
mental.
guitar and your fingers callous eventually.
maybe
It's probably not a clear callus, but I would assume it's something like.
something like that.
Yeah, I would assume it's. If Steph was in here, I'd ask her. She'd have an answer. But it's something like. But it's. I've learned a lot. I mean, opening up my child, learning something new.
Yeah.
I'm a 40-year-old man that's learning for the first time in a long time. Like,
You know, they say there's a part of your brain that actually grows when you really try something
I'm
new
feeling
and
it.
something challenging. Right.
and I'm writing the best songs of my career because of it. I think
Ah.
because I'm leaving here so endorphined every day, and I'm like,
Well,
so
and you
clear-headed.
said you came off of this tour that it was the best spiritual tour you've ever had. And I'm assuming because of some of these moments that you're talking about and these people who truly have this catharsis when they come to your show and this connection. And now here you are having the opportunity to do something for yourself, and push yourself in ways that you never, ever have before and that you've always wanted to. Because you actually went to wrestling school
yeah,
for a little bit, right?
sure. You remember DOA?
The Harris brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Chains had a place in Laverne at the old co-op. And when I was a kid, I told this because I've been telling you and your husband this every time I seen y'all. This story started whenever I got involved in Monday Night Raw a couple years ago. Y'all came to Nashville, and the cool part of this, how God works, is when I come in that night, they go, hey, we want to get you involved. Dominic Mysterio's doing a match with Randy. Randy had just came back. And there was like we're going to have a moment where he comes over and you're going to just push him out of the way. And cool. And, we walked through it, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I can't believe I'm getting to get involved. And the way we walked through went one way. And then when it actually happens, and the fun, they're laughing. This is real stuff in this business. I'm learning fast. But Randy also is funny. And he's been doing this so long, he's a relaxed performer, to say
Yep,
the
yep.
least. I didn't know this at the time, though. I just met him. And in run through, I don't have an interaction with him at all. So I push Dominic, and Randy just sidesteps and lets him go. And then walks over and, daps me up and makes a joke about me smelling like pot. And this is all on national television. The most-
And you're like, wait, what?
and in this
Did you say
moment, I was like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened. I was like the apex predators kicking it with me.
It's cool.
It was just a child of me. And then I go backstage, and he puts his arm around me. We do an interview, and I thought that was so cool.
But he intentionally also disarmed you. He made you feel at home,
He made
and that's a psychology trick as well.
No, he
And only the best can really do that.
he's made me feel awesome.
Yeah.
And then I see Neil Lowy that night, y'all's music director. He's been with y'all 20 years. A hero in my story with the WWE, obviously. And he's my consummate baby face in this scenario. You know what I'm saying? And I go to Neil and I go, Neil, you got to let me take a bump next time. And Neil's like, yeah, but we're pretty serious about that. You got to spend a couple weeks down in Florida and, whatever. I was like, I'm in. He was like, you got to get cleared for some medical stuff. I was like, I'm going to lose the weight and do it. I was like, and I told Hunter, Paul, I was like, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to do this. Fast circle around. I come back to do SummerSlam. You know what I mean? I'm down 50, 60, 70 pounds, and I get to choke slam Austin Theory. Dude, man. That was the night I caught the bug. I left there that night and nobody else knew it, but I knew I was going to lose enough weight to take a match if they'd have me. So I walked straight to the back and I'm like completely tone deaf in the moment. Now I've been around y'all's business enough to know how wild this was. But I walked back like they're not in the middle of producing the show. And I'm like, everybody stop what you're doing. I was like, Paul, if I lose another 100 pounds, can I do one of these? He was like, yeah, man. I was like, for real. He was like, we'll figure it out, dude. We love you. And I was like, you promise? And poor Paul's producing the fucking show. And I'm like, you swear? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. And I leave, and I'm like, right then, circle back around, WrestleMania this year, I'm down about another 75. You know what I'm saying? Paul's like, dude, you're looking good. I was like, am I looking match ready? And Paul goes, you're really close, man. And I was like, what about SummerSlam? He was like, you do your part, we'll do ours.
How cool.
Wow.
Dude, like, and it was like, it really became a North Star for my journey 2 years ago when I started the process.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Of like, that's something people don't know is that I've worked my way to this moment. You know
That's
what I
amazing.
mean? Like I have truly, and I know my personality. This won't be my only match. Because now I'm going to want to see myself do it knowing it and in
Right.
better shape. I know I haven't even done the match and I'm already so inspired down here, Stephanie, that I'm already like, when I lose another 60 fucking pounds and I get to come back, I'm coming off that fucking top rope.
Oh, wow. All right.
You know what I mean? Like,
All right.
I swear,
You're coming off the top rope.
This is bothering me how much I'm falling in love with this shit. I never thought I'd be in a situation I woke up and excited to go throw myself on the ground.
I know. It's a crazy
There's
thing.
no other way to say it. You literally just like, I'm going to leave here right after we do this pod and go in the other room into the, before I go leave here for the day, probably do another 20 just fucking snapback bumps, just trying to build this muscle right here and
Yep.
make sure I don't throw my head off the fucking pavement.
Yeah. I
I'm
had
petrified.
a hard time learning how to.
I know I'm still
how to
talking
tuck
about
my
this, but that's
chin.
something else I'm learning about myself. I've never been this. I get nervous before shows and anxious because I care.
Right.
But I'm not scared to do a show.
Right.
I am scared every day I walk in here. I am petrified.
I
about
know
SummerSlam.
exactly how you
You know
feel
what I
because
mean?
it's not like I'm an avid wrestler. I've wrestled maybe 10, maybe 12 times, and every time it's very carefully choreographed and everything else. And I've trained my ass off too, but I know exactly how you feel. And I was getting in there with Rhonda. I'd be out there all the time just trying to listen and learn, because I've learned different facets of the business at different times, but when I really learned being in the ring and the psychology of what everyone was doing, why, that was all from Hunter. That was all from Paul. And getting to be by his side, and he would always teach me. If you would ask, he would always teach me. But everybody's goofing off in the ring and everything when I have to take a bump, and it's like, wow, so how do I do this?
Yeah.
Can you guys tell me? Like,
Yeah.
do I run into it? Do I put my hands up? Like, what exactly do I do? And it's always, oh, it's easy, no problem.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Okay.
That was the hard part too, is not putting my hands up because like every instinct in you when a 275-pound, 6'7" Scottish man is trying to kick you would be to,
Block it.
you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
feel me? You know what I mean?
But I think sometimes there is a natural reaction to put your
Which is
hands
real.
up, and that's real.
That's
so
real.
You would think you would put.
You know
your
what I
hands up.
love about this is that's what they've all told me.
Yeah.
They were like, look, man, the good news is as long as you're honest in what you're doing in that moment, you're going to be okay either way.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, because just all these nuances are just, it is, I've watched it for the stories my whole life. Now I watch it totally different.
Yep.
Like every little thing is hinting towards something. Like that's something I don't think even the average fan, we look for these little Easter eggs our whole time, but it's like, nah, man, y'all got to really watch. Everything's an Easter egg in there.
Yeah.
They're
And
thinking
everything's
through-
building, and it never
It's
ends.
all never ends.
It never ends.
Is that your favorite part of it? Is the actual storytelling part?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Finding the next way to make sure it stays hip again.
The storytelling is everything. It just is. That's what hooks you. But I truly believe that's, storytelling is, getting back to the beginning of this podcast, it is the best form of communication. And if you could take people on a ride, on an emotional roller coaster, like that, there's nothing cooler than that. What's one of your most memorable experiences from a writer's room?
You know I don't know. We have so many good ones. Like Well, every song has a story. You know what I mean? This is what I say. This is one of my favorite quotes is every song has a story, but every story doesn't have a song, and that's why I have a job. You know what I mean?
I love that.
But,
I love that.
Yeah, so every song has a story. Like, I've never talked about this one. When we did Need a Favor, this is a fun in the room story. I wasn't sure. Like, I wasn't as confident in it as I was
Some of the others.
some of the other records. And Austin, who produced the record, is in the room with me. And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, this is like, it's a mid-tempo record. You need tempo. Like, this song is everything that you are. I'd never done a song with any tempo at all. So I was like, just nervous to do a tempo record. I was just like, this just don't feel like my core. I write pain music. I'm a ballad guy. He's like, Bubba, but this is your message. We wrote it like, it's perfect. This is you. Like, trust me. And I was like, maybe we should just slow it down. I know it's me, but like, what if we just slow it down? It's more soulful. He's like, that's what you always do and you ruin our songs. He's like, he's like, just let this one be that. I was like, and even then I wasn't fully convinced. And this is the only time my record label has ever called me about something. Jonathan Loeb, the guy who gave me my first chance at a record label, calls me and goes, him and Katie Kirkover, my A&R, who's now, you talking about how you earn, like, trust in people, how trust is earned?
Mm-hmm.
They call and they go, I'm telling you, this will be one of the biggest songs of your life. Just let us put it out first. And I was like, how sure of that are you? Like, this is my career we're gambling
Yeah,
on
and
here,
it's
you
your
know?
heart,
It's
too.
my heart. I love the song, but I just don't, I love the material. I love what we wrote, but I wasn't sure the tempo was right. And it was just me in my head, really, you know? And they were like, just trust us. And I was like, just know that trust is like earned. So like, I'll give you this opportunity to earn it, but this is a big opportunity. You know, like, please, like, if this don't work, promise me you'll give me a second chance at a single, though. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you get a single that don't work, and that's it. You got to wait till
Sure.
the next album cycle. They're not going to spend no more money on a second single unless you know what I mean? And he was like, you trust me. I trusted you. That's why I signed you. You trust me. That's why you signed me. That's why you let me sign you. And I was like, yes, sir. Done. And boy, I ate my words. And I've never said that publicly until today because I wouldn't want nobody to think I don't like the song. I love the song. I just it was so different. It scared me.
Yeah.
It's like being here now.
Yeah,
like I'm
that's right.
scared. You
You
know
have
what I
to
mean? Like
do-
it scared me. It was so different. It scared me.
Do the thing that scares you. Eleanor Roosevelt has a great quote. Every day, do the thing that scares you.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. That's how I darkened your door. Is I'm only on the shit that scares me right now for sure. I was scared to do Kimmel. I was petrified to do Kimmel.
I bet.
I was so
It's
nervous.
total departure.
For
You
sure.
don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah, and even then, it's kind of like this. I don't have an athletic background. Like, I don't have a comedic background. I have a lot of
Right.
comedian friends. Like, I have a lot of wrestling friends, but I'm not a wrestler or a comedian. I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, even the monologues
Yeah,
scared
but you're a
me.
performer.
That is, I think that this company was counting on that.
Mm-hmm.
Is knowing that I'm a
No pressure.
completely driven motherfucker. Like, I'm an
Yeah.
obsessed motherfucker. And I know how to tell a story.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you sure do.
I'm going to tell a story on August the 2nd or 3rd, whatever day they let me tell the story.
I
The
cannot
story
wait
will
to
be
watch you at
told.
SummerSlam.
I'm telling you, Steph, we're going to tell a story. It's going to be like, we're coming to steal the show, baby. You know
All
what
right.
I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
love
straight
it.
up-
I love it.
We're Team Jelly, Team Randy over here.
Yeah, please, baby. But you better not be the fucking
Well, I'm
other
not
guys.
sure. I'm not sure.
Fuck you. Oh, yeah, fucking. There goes heel Steph, y'all. Always
I'm
working,
Team
motherfucker.
Jelly, Team
Always
Randy.
working.
Across the board again.
We got a worker here. Y'all. Yeah.
So, are you still without a cell phone?
No, dude, public announcement. I don't know if I should make this announcement. I got a cell phone last week finally.
You did. Okay.
I did. I
And
finally
was it a
got
flip
cell
phone or was it a
It's
cell
actually, I got a
phone?
real phone.
Okay.
I'm not carrying it, which is half the battle I got to do better about, but I do.
Because you threw it away, beginning of January?
No,
or
it was
December?
last November.
Oh, even
I wanted to
November.
go a whole year was my goal, and I almost made it.
Hmm.
And I'm still not against throwing this one out the window.
And
I'm
this is
still
not new for
I might
you.
do it after summer.
You've done
so
it before.
I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I have a horrible relationship with communication.
You just get overwhelmed by it.
Overwhelmed, extremely stressed. I already have an avoidant personality, and I can use that phone as a great place to get lost and avoid.
Sure.
I'm just more present when I,
I mean,
don't have it.
everybody. That's all. You scroll, it's like mindless.
My
right?
goal is if I do it right this time, I'm gonna have the phone for like phone time, like when I'm in the car and can make calls, or like when I'm at the house or on the couch or getting ice treatment. But like when I walk into buildings or go to do something, I
Be
leave
deliberate about it.
I leave it in the car. Like
Yeah.
I don't like my wife can call somebody that's with me or my daughter. You know, it's like I just don't never want to get back to where it goes back to the addiction stuff that we talked about.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about this privately, but like I have such an addictive personality. My food addiction was so prevalent in my life that I will become addicted to anything if I'm not careful. You know what I mean?
Is that true of work?
I think I'm a workaholic, but I think where I struggle with that is that I struggle to call what we do work.
Because it's not work for
It's
you.
not work. It's like I'm not,
You do what you love.
yeah, it's like every now and
You're
then I have.
obsessive, but not
Exactly.
unhealthily.
Exactly. Every now and then I do something that feels like work, and that's a part of the job. Like, you know, when you have a 10-hour travel day.
Right?
Like,
yeah, sure.
nothing about this conversation feels like work for you, I'm sure.
Nope.
If anything feels like work for you today, it's going to be the flight.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, that's where you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
that's the part. Yeah, I'd rather do
everything,
without
the moment
that
you
part.
got off
Yeah.
the plane until you got back on it, it's everything you love. It's conversation, it's healing,
don't
it's
know,
helping people.
You haven't flown with us.
That we do have a thing, the three of us.
Ah, what do y'all do?
Oh, we just laugh, basically.
You know, we
You
play
danced
Switch.
in the air.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's fun.
Oh yeah.
We play Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
We play Mario Kart nonstop.
No, we gab. Yeah, we're chatting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's the ones I want to hear. Well, yeah,
yeah,
what's that
some
story?
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story. What's that story?
There's
you,
some good
campfire.
videos too.
The campfire story?
As Jackie's turning red.
Oh yeah. She'll wind up telling on herself in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like you really want to know?
It's the biggest secret ever, and you're sworn to secrecy. And within like, yeah. It doesn't take long.
It's proud of her, by the way.
Yes.
Shout out, Jackie.
It's like
Shout
the
out to
story,
Jackie.
Yeah, it's like the story of the day for me, Miss Jackie. It's awesome.
Yeah, Jackie.
You're big glowing for sure. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
this whole podcast has
Yeah.
been about being a kid again.
That's
Steph's,
right.
One of Steph's not lifelong, but decade plus friends Miss Jackie has lost 50 some pounds now.
Yep.
50 some pounds. We were sharing she was the most honest person I've ever had a conversation with about food addiction ever, besides me. That was just like that.
She's very
honest about it.
genuine.
That's also when you find like a real peace with it, though. It's like when you actually are, you're not ashamed of it anymore.
And Jackie runs the entire makeup department for WWE.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
y'all kick ass.
she schedules everybody. Not only is she an artist herself, but she is in charge of the entire department.
Yeah.
She has a creative kitchen. Do you have a creative kitchen?
No, I like that it's a creative kitchen. I like it.
The writer's room's your
Yeah,
creative
the writer's
kitchen.
room,
Yeah.
creative kitchen. That's what I'll call it, too. I just try to stay away from kitchens now.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I'm just always, I go the opposite way of a pantry is my biggest fear in life is a pantry
Oh,
stocked.
yeah. Actually, Randy and I had a whole conversation about that, sneaking into the pantry.
Dude,
Yeah,
I would
because
call it.
I'm married to Triple H, right? And he's always ripped and shredded and always so disciplined, and he never cheats, never really has a craving, never anything. And I love food too. I really do. And so I will sneak into the pantry, and he laughs because he's like, "Why are you hiding?" Well, I don't want you to think anything of me. And it's like chocolate covered pretzels, like chocolate covered almonds, whatever. It has to be some chocolate though.
Oh, dark or
But, yeah.
regular? Dark or
No,
milk?
I like it all,
Okay.
but dark is my favorite.
Me too.
Yeah.
Was it always, or did that happen to us when we got older?
I've
It was older for me too. I was a
Yeah.
milk chocolate guy.
Oh,
Milk
you mean in terms
chocolate.
of the type of
Yeah.
chocolate? Yeah, I was a milk chocolate when
I
I
was
a
milk
kid.
chocolate, and then all of a
milk
sudden, out of
chocolate.
nowhere, you were always
You haven't
dark.
grown up
Still
yet.
milk chocolate.
Oh, really? All right.
I'm waiting to grow up.
No,
Yeah,
I
don't be
even
a-
like
don't
white
hurry, don't
chocolate
rush.
now, which is, but just a little bit.
A little bit.
Not too much white chocolate.
It can get candle waxy sometimes.
Yeah,
you're
I
correct.
like to mix it in.
Yeah.
We get this nut tray, and there's this one friend of ours from a long time, and he sends us this nut tray every Christmas, and his name is Barry. So we're very excited for Barry's nuts
All right.
every year.
Every year. No, every
And
year.
sometimes it's salty, and sometimes it's sweet.
All right.
I'm telling you, they'd arrive to the office. And
Oh
we were
yeah,
like,
we were
"Berry's
very
nuts."
excited about Barry's nuts, and but I like to mix the dark chocolate with the maybe 4 chocolate covered, like dark chocolate covered almonds with 1 like white chocolate covered almond, and then like a salted almond, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
like a party in your mouth, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's
But
a
we won't talk about food.
Oh,
but
that's
yeah,
a-
that's,
We never
yeah.
touched the dried fruit.
No,
Sad.
the dried apricots in the middle
No.
sat there.
Have you ever ate the Who chocolate bars? They're spelled H-U.
No,
Oh, I've seen them at like a Whole Foods.
They're like, I do still eat dark chocolate
Yeah.
sometimes. And we'll put some like on some cherries at night.
right?
And it's like this Who chocolate. It's only got like 2 ingredients.
Oh, that's good.
It's awesome.
I
man.
might have to try that.
It's really, really, it's a,
I'm
it's
kind
a, and
of
it's,
like
and
you
it's
though.
a,
Once I have something, then I'm off. I'm
Yeah.
derailed.
yeah. No, that's
but-
it. I can eat a little piece of this dark chocolate at night
And
if I'm
be
having like
okay.
the worst sweet tooth or something. And it's not bad. It's like 100 calories or something. It's
Yeah.
really fire. It's a brother and sister that started the company out of Austin too. So
A lot happening in Austin.
Dude.
You might be moving to Austin.
I want to go to Austin bad.
The-
I'm
the-
trying to get my wife down to Austin so bad.
Yeah.
It is so. Have you been down there?
Well, yeah, I've been there. You know, I haven't stayed and hung out.
Have you been
but
to
I
the
have a lot
mothership
of,
yet?
I haven't yet.
It is the fucking funniest place on
Yeah,
earth.
I can't wait to
Any
go.
night of the week, Tuesday night, random time, the best comedians in the world are in there working.
That's
It
what you were
is
saying.
So special.
Because you said it's basically Joe Rogan and his friends, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the best comedians in the world come in through
That's
the
it.
weekend, and it's always
Literally.
on.
It's always on.
And you want to
now-
build the music mothership.
That's my dream. Is the music mothership in Nashville? Because songwriters, we don't get to do it. Joe and them take the phone. They do the yonder bags, so they can really go in there and work their material out.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't get to do that as songwriters because if I go sing a song at a bar tonight that's unreleased, one person's going to film it. They're going to put it on the
Right,
internet.
and then it's out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't get to really get that kind of a moment. You know, where like if I wondered if we brought the. Have you ever heard of like a? It's called like a writer's round, where it's like 3 or 4 guys would stand here, girls with microphones and guitars, and we would do what they call a songwriter round. So imagine all 3 of us are lined up. I got a guitar, you got a guitar. And I go, all right, y'all, I wrote this song last week with Charlie Handsome and Ernest, and this song is called Thorns. And then I play it, just me and the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, oh, that was great. Thank you so much. You go, all right, my name's Stephanie McMahon. And you can run this first round. I wrote this song with such and such and such and such, and you tell the story about the song, and then you play the song, and you play the song, and we'll do that 3 times a piece. It's called a round. And it's fun because imagine
In front of an audience or just the 3 of you?
we'll do it in front of an audience. Well, sometimes we'll do it with just the 3 of us if we're pitching songs to each other. Like, what are you working on? It's like we're just kind of showing each other what we're doing. But you do it at like the Bluebird Cafe or like places. It's like, a couple hundred people, small, intimate listening room kind of vibes. A place called the Listening Room. But people got phones, and it's the songwriters singing all the hits they wrote, but they don't get to work out songs very much. Or if they do, they don't get to work it out as much. It's like giving away the song. You can't give away the song because of the phones. I was like, if we did the music mothership and we locked phones up the same way Joe did,
Yeah.
where guys could feel comfortable, like if Hardy felt comfortable being able to come in here and test out a record on a Tuesday night, and do a writer's round and play 2 of his hits, and on the 3rd song go, yo, I wrote this yesterday. I don't know how I feel about it yet. You know what I
and
mean?
they'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that y'all say it all the time. Y'all have a live demographic
Yeah.
test every Monday and every Friday.
So it's interesting because a lot of our talent, and understandably so, but they can get very lost in social media and what social media is saying. And oftentimes social's negative because it can be very critical. And I think for whatever reason that happens. But one of the things that I always say anyway, just what I think, my perspective is, as long as the live audience is reacting to you the way you want them to, that's what you have to gauge your success off of. Because there is nothing like that live audience. And if they're not into it, they'll let you know.
For sure.
And if it's cheering, awesome. If it's booing, awesome. If they're quiet and it's not supposed to be quiet, that's a problem.
That's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that live reaction, the people in the room, That makes so much sense to be able to do that.
And comedians get it, wrestlers get it. They can go try moves and get a reaction in the house and go, okay, I'm bringing that to the,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm going to work, you know, like songwriters, we have to go live in our own little weird bubble of a head. I have
Yeah.
to record an entire body of work, convince myself
put
it's
it
the
out.
best body of work I've ever done, and then put it out and go,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
That's
it's a
rough.
scary thing. You
I
know what I
bet.
mean? It's like,
And it's your heart and soul and blood, sweat,
it's my
and tears
story.
go into
It's
that
so
album.
much of my story, my family
can't
story.
test
It's so
it.
personal. I have no way to get any kind of reaction to know
Mm.
if I'm onto something. Even then, it's like you got to be careful. I can't go play it for all my friends because most of them are going to yes me to death,
Right.
or they're not going to. Or you know, you play it for the wrong friend, they give you an opinion, and sometimes they don't know enough about music for you to accept their opinion, and you
Right.
can a good song.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just because your homie's like, it ain't my cup of tea, and you're like, it sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now
And the
it's-
song doesn't suck. He just didn't
Cut it-
like the
cut it
tempo.
from the
Yeah.
album.
He's
Yeah.
such a a regular listener. It could have been the tempo that threw him off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like he could just not like me. Like when I was scared of a certain tempo,
Yeah.
he could just be a not a tempo guy. You know what I mean? So when you get to play it in front of people and you're doing it with all of us playing songs, I have this idea that like you get 3-4 songs deep into a writer's round, you start listening and caring if the song's good or not. You start having an opinion kind of quick. You start going, yeah, that wasn't as good as their last song they sung. You know? And that's what I love about it. I also love the idea of like the people who are writing these songs getting to stand beside and with the artist they wrote it with or for and do it together. And if the artist felt safe coming in there, like I know Morgan, you know, Morgan can't lead a house without getting videoed the whole way somewhere
Sure,
to
sure.
and from somewhere. If I could walk Morgan to the back door and tell him, hey man, Ernest is doing a songwriter session on Tuesday, come in and sing Flower Shops with him. There's not a camera in the building. Morgan's not thinking twice.
Right.
Morgan still loves that shit. He came up doing songwriter rounds. You know what I mean? Like we all have all of us want them. We love them. Like I love the arenas. I love the big shows, but nothing I love more than putting 200 people and sitting them in a chair and me sitting on a bar stool and going, y'all think this is cool or am I tripping? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
The
this made me
intimacy of
cry.
it.
Am I tripping? Is it good? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't know. It's the intimacy. It's the singing. It's the same thing with comedy shows. Like you've seen Tony in a small environment. You go see him at a big one. It's a great show. But you see Tony in that club with 200 people in
Yeah.
Austin, Texas.
Well, and to your point, music performances. I always love the smaller, more intimate setting. It's just more fun. You can feel it better, you know, than the big live stadium show, which is still a great experience, but it's different.
I've come to say I've done a bunch of stadiums. I've always opened them, and I would love to headline some because that's a dream. But arenas to me are perfect in the sense of if I set my staging right, I can feel like we're all really close. I can still see the 300s and make eye contact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I might not be able to fully read it, but I can still see that sign in 310. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can still acknowledge the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can still bring us to a point that we're all sitting together on this stage at some point. Because I got to have a moment in the show where we're all just like sitting around a campfire together, just having a talk.
Yeah.
Like there has to be this moment, it has to have the show has to be an arc, right?
Well, you have to take the audience on a ride.
I have to take them on a
and
ride.
it's one of those things too. It's like with the promo. If you just yell the entire time you're doing a promo, people are going to start tuning it out, just subconsciously because you're just yelling. It's just all one level.
Yeah.
But if you utilize that intonation and you yell at some point, but then you bring it down and you're quiet at another point, or you take a long pause, or you switch it up, you're taking people on a little ride, and then they listen differently.
It listens differently. And you got to know how to get them out of it at the right time.
Yeah.
That's a big part of what we do is like, at some point I got to put you in the box with me. Like we got to get in here and get really close and get really deep. But if I keep you in this box too long, I'll bum the night out.
Yeah.
I got to get us out of the box at some point. We got to pop out of this thing together. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like that's a big part of the game you have to play up there of like trying to make sure that you create, because like if it's too much of a box moment, everybody leaves like, man,
Yeah.
I was sad. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like, you know
Why
what
do
I
I
mean?
feel so bad about
Yeah, it's
myself?
like, yeah. It's like if I get you out of it the right way, and what I tell people is, I used to want people leaving my show feeling really good. Now I want people leaving my show having conversations and talking. I want them to feel really good too. I don't want them to feel bad, but I want them to feel. I want them to think whatever that feeling is. You know what I mean? I don't even know what a feeling associate with thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I want people leaving like, yo,
Provocative.
yeah, I want people provocative. I want people to leave and go. You ever like leave the movie theater and couldn't wait to get out and talk to your spouse about the movie? Mm-hmm. Like, those are the best movies when you're like, you can't
You
wait.
mean when people used to go to the movie?
Yes, right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Or
I
like
do
even when you're
remember.
sitting in bed and the movie's so good, you don't just turn it off and go, that was cool, and go to sleep when you're just like, yo. Or
Wired,
or like
yeah.
when you and your partner are watching a movie and y'all stop it to talk about shit. Like when you got to hit the pause, like, no fucking way, right? You know what I mean? Like those kind of moments, like I want people leaving my show like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want them leaving like that was the best movie I've ever seen. This part was awesome. What'd you think of that part?
And I wanna see
this
the
was
next
my
one.
favorite part. What was
Yeah.
this? What do you think? It's all like, what do you think he'll do next? You know what I mean? It's like that's the gold in that world, and I'm finding the parallels of all this in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've also had so much fun with these young kids where I've been joking with Stacks and Ben, the two that get stuck with me the most. I'm like, y'all keep teaching me how to wrestle, and I'm going to teach y'all how to work. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I can see what y'all are struggling with the most in here. It's finding yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me get some more time around you and find out who you are. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then we'll learn how to make that transform into that. You know what I mean? I can take who you are and turn into the performer you want to be. It's like songwriting. This is an artist thing. We talked about this is why we keep going back to this conversation with the wrestling and the songwriter stuff. Was they're like songwriters to me in the aspect of they're all here chasing their dream and they're getting a little bit of money to do it until they can get bigger money if they do it really good. Right? It's the same exact concept. The twist is they also are like the artist, where all songwriters aren't artists and all artists aren't songwriters. Right? As an artist, I then have to take this music I wrote. As a songwriter, I have to write a great song. Then I have to, as an artist, I have to take this song and figure out a way to make it digestible to people. Right? I got to find a way to make people connect with it. I got to find just my vocals on it alone always isn't enough. 50,000 songs a week get uploaded to Spotify. That's a lot of vocals on nice songs getting uploaded. You know what I mean? It's conviction, it's passion, it's honesty. You know what I mean? It's connectivity.
Yeah.
It's that people connect with something broader than just the music. And when they connect with something broader than just the music, they'll give you a chance to miss too.
Sure.
They'll be patient with you.
Yeah.
MGK's got a great example of this. Like his fans, which he's never missed, but his fans have been patient with him to follow him. So when MGK, like I so admire him and his art, one as a person too, but my boy. But like as an artist, he is so good at being like, he like will take years off of album cycles. I never take that much time off writing. And he'll do it like, nah, I got to think about what my next move is. What's my next sound? Like, he's always looking to innovate
Evolve.
and create and
Yeah.
evolve. And what's the next? I do too, but I do it very, very slowly and casually and just kind of
Add a little tempo here
yeah,
and there.
little tempo here and there. You know what I'm talking about. You know my style. And MGK is like, nope, complete left turn. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're gonna go
reinvent.
from 75 beats per minute, 808 rap beats to 120 beat per minute pop punk music. Boom. And fearlessly does it. Like when he has a conviction to do it, he doesn't care. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And not all artists have that. You know what I mean? Not all. That is a rare trait that an artist
That's
can.
a true difference of an artist and a songwriter.
100%. Yes, 100%. And even the career of like, when your fans connect with you outside of just the music, they're willing to give you grace to try something different.
Yeah.
Where it's
I
like,
agree.
there's a lot of artists that are stuck in that same rut. They can't try nothing different because their the few fans they have won't allow them to because they're only here for this sort of sound because they never connected to them outside of the sound of the music.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think it makes them even more relatable
Mm.
because, yeah, they're going to make mistakes, right? But if they're with you, they're with you. Yeah. And it almost then makes them connect with you even more because you're human, right? You're just not success after success after success. If there's a blip in there that isn't what you want it to be, but they're still with you and they let you know, and then you come out on the other side, that's amazing. And they're a part of that journey with you and they feel that journey.
Right. And they'll grow with you. Because we were talking about Megan Maroney off camera about just the rock star that she's becoming and how I parallel it to like early Taylor Swift career. And like nobody will ever be Taylor. Taylor is truly the GOAT. We said this off camera. She's a once in a lifetime,
Amazing.
will never be done, the biggest artist ever. Ever. Bigger than the Beatles, like the biggest artist ever. Undeniable, unarguable, like take all that Taylor Swift's not the great shit away from here.
Yeah.
She's the best. But the way Megan's connecting with young girls reminds me of how Taylor connected with young girls. And then how they grew with Taylor. So when Taylor would go through a heartbreak, they would go through that heartbreak because their life was aligned at that same time. Like, we're going to watch this happen with Megan the next 10 years. Like, the music's the big part of this, but I know Megan's a songwriting son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's going to be great. So it's like, as long as Megan Moroney keeps writing those kind of songs and just telling her authentic truth at the moment,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's what Taylor did. Taylor was just always true to
Always,
who she
yeah.
was in the moment. It was just like, this is what I'm going through. What else would I write my album about? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like, what are y'all talking about? You know, it just made so much sense. Megan's in that same vein. And that's what I love about our art, is that there's no same point of entry. Like,
Yeah.
everybody kind of has their own, it's all similar, but it all feels different because it has its unique ways. And I see that with the wrestlers. It's all like a same vibe because it's all chasing a similar dream, but there's 1,000 points of entry. Every one of these guys has a different way they think of who they are as a performer or what their gimmick is. Everybody has a different, what they will or won't do. You know what I mean? How they go about it. Just like I can tell you artists that don't write their songs, artists that do write their songs, artists
Right.
that won't write with writers, artists who's never wrote with a writer, you artists that only write with writers. You know?
Yeah.
It's 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Amen.
And I still think it's crazy that you sat here to say, as Jelly Roll, that you hoped you would be big enough to be able to get that celeb entrance into WWE.
That's
I know, right? We're
That-
sitting here with Jelly
I'm
Roll.
like, did he say that?
This
earlier?
is kind of incredible for us. We were so excited
Thank
for this
you, man.
interview.
Like I said, I watched the pod. I loved it.
Well, thank you, thank you. But one of the things that we were talking about is how you give back, not only in your concerts, not only in everything you do, but I was reading, and we have different stories, but you go to prisons and juvie centers, and you speak to the kids and you play cards with them before your shows. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you're inspiring hope in people who, you know, maybe don't feel like they have any?
It's I came from a place where not a lot of people showed up for me.
Right.
And I don't mean that like in a super like sad way, but like in a real way. Like, you know, like
Not a
Yeah.
lot of love in your life?
no, a lot of love in the house, but
Right.
like outside of the house, it wasn't a lot of people that showed up for me. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
a super popular kid. My parents never made it to my little league football games. I'm not
Right,
crying
right.
about it, but
Yeah.
it's like it's just the reality
your
of like
story,
I just
yeah.
didn't have a lot of people show up for me. You know, I have childhood trauma that I projected on my daughter. I've talked about openly about birthdays. I have a real birthday trauma from having birthday parties that nobody came to. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry.
You
That's
know,
awful.
It's the worst feeling.
That is the
and I had to
worst
watch my
feeling
daughter go through it
ever.
early.
Oh,
You know, you give the whole class an RSVP
Yeah,
and
and they
everybody
didn't
says they're
come?
coming, but nobody actually shows.
It's like
oh,
the
that's
worst
awful.
You know, and it's
that's
her first. Yeah,
awful.
it's the worst fear as a parent. I had to live it, and since then I was like, I've almost kept cutting her birth, and then I started making her birthdays about me because I hated them so much. I hated her doing them. Like I just projected so much negativity over the years, and then she had a sweet 16, and we did a big blowout, and I think I got a fucking ulcer. So stressed out of it. I've been more stressed about her little sweet 16 than anything, and it was awesome.
Oh, good.
Hundreds
oh,
of
good.
kids showed up. I mean, it was
Oh,
a
yay.
big hit, you know. But I was just so. But I come from a place where not a lot of people showed up for me.
Yeah.
And I remember especially being incarcerated and like, you know, I had like, my dad came to see me. You know, I love my mama to death. My mother never came to see me in jail. My mother never made it to a court date. You know what I mean? This isn't shitting on her. And I was a criminal. Maybe she didn't need to come see me. I need to learn that lesson. That's not, you
And
know,
she
but
had
like,
her own demons, right?
she had her own demons too.
Yeah.
And I respect, this is no woe
Sure,
is
sure.
me.
This is
People
just
have a
what you
way
went
worse
through.
story.
Yeah.
This is my story. What's your
Yeah.
story? Let me tell my story. And it made me want to show up for people. Like as soon as I got in a situation to start like showing up for people, like it makes you want to show up for people. Like because you know what it's like to not have nobody show up for you.
Yeah.
So now it's like when I'm sitting, I'm at an arena, a mile and a half away from the Minneapolis jail. Why would we not go over here and play the guitar and sing for these guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's showing up for them. Like, why would we not go to the local rehab? Why would we not go to the local homeless shelter? Like, this is where Jesus would go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes back to my faith, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like, this is, you know, Jesus said, you did all of this for the least, so you did it for me. You know what I mean? When Jesus said, thank you, you know, you visited me while I was in jail. You fed me when I was poor. They said, we didn't do
Right.
any of that for you. He said, you did it for the least, though, so you did it for me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the real vibe. Yeah, this is us at a juvenile right here. This is Pendleton in Indiana. Super fat jelly roll right there, by the way. This denim, that was a 6X denim, and this one right here is probably like a 2.
Woo.
So proud of that.
That's awesome.
But those kids were great, man. And but we go to homeless shelters, rehabs, jails, juveniles. We just try to show up for people, man.
Yeah.
And I saw online you after the floods in Texas.
That was a fake news story.
It was?
It was a fake news story. That was one of the
you
ones
got
that got
like
me.
great.
I know, it was
Well, and
real. It was so much of a fake news story. They had to do a correction on it, like a hoax. It was an
I mean,
AI story.
The thing
Really?
is that it's believable.
It's
and
believable.
That's why
Because of
I
who
know,
you are.
Because I do so much.
Yeah.
And the shitty part of that now is that now these stories come out every now and then that are like crazy stories that you're like, oh, I wish, but we do not have that kind of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
no, and not even the money. It was just like how you
Actually,
show
the
up.
whole
Yeah.
thing was that it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
was that one. They had one that said I donated like $50 million.
25 million, I saw.
And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Only 25.
Yeah, it's like, first of all,
No, but
I don't know that I would
I
still
was
be
like, oh
doing
my
this if I
God,
had
he's
$25
just
million.
amazing.
Frankly, I'm not sure I would be here. I might be at a ranch in Montana smoking a big old hooter. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
I mean, and it speaks to who you are that, I mean, people would believe
no.
because you do show up. Like you were saying, why wouldn't you? But people aren't, you know, they don't need to do that. You're making a point to give back, which is, it's just so powerful to see.
That's it. You just show up for people, man. It's just do it all we can. I mean, hospitals, children's centers, cancers. I mean, we go everywhere. I mean, we try to
Yeah.
every city almost. We try to make some sort of a stop and impression and let people know what's going on. I don't know, just spread the love. Like
That's right.
I just remember how much like we got excited when the ice cream truck came to me.
Oh, yeah. When
You
the
know what I
music-
mean? Like, does that make sense? Like that was like somebody cares.
To this
They're
day.
coming to take our dollar. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like
Ice cream.
Yeah, we
Eddie
were
Murphy.
excited. Yeah, we
Have you seen that? It's my favorite.
we were excited about that. So it's like I know when I was in jail, I was excited about sack lunches.
Hmm.
If they had a banana in my sack lunch, it's like we got a banana. I ain't had a fresh fruit in a year.
What
You
was
know.
the food like?
It's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to eat shit and like the taste of it. Ain't that what y'all said?
Yeah,
or
that's
something
right,
Like that?
that's
Ain't what you
right.
said earlier?
Shit sandwich.
Yeah, but it's shitty. It's awful.
But you do get every now and then you get a bag lunch, or is it
You get like a bag lunch.
is it
on,
always a
like
surprise bag
holidays.
lunch? Okay.
Yeah, jail comes with 3 hots and a cot.
Okay.
That's what they promise you in the county jail. They're gonna feed you 3 hot meals a day, 5 days a week. You get a cold lunch 2 days a week, which is your sack lunches on the weekends. Every jail is different, obviously, and then you get a cot to sleep in. But the food's like, imagine school lunch,
Gruel.
but not good. You know what I mean? And school
Well,
lunch
yeah,
wasn't great.
yeah, exactly.
But it's like, imagine like a really shitty school lunch,
Oh, yeah.
like Salisbury steak.
The mystery meat.
The mystery meat.
Yeah, the Salisbury steak is always
mystery meat.
greenish.
Yeah, we had a breakfast we'd call shit on a shingle.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
That's
But it
nice.
was
I feel
like,
like my grandfather
yeah, it just
would
wasn't-
always talk about that in the Navy.
yeah,
yeah.
shit on a shingle.
Right.
Yeah, similar. I have learned the parallels of the military and jail scare me. Like when
That's
you
why I'm
meet
like-
people who've done real military time and done real prison time, they hit it off.
Really?
No, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Like both of them have lived
Why? Because
kind
of the
of
systematic?
just very systematic, just very structured, very siloed, very in a silo. You know what I mean? That's
Do you
like,
think you learned any lessons in prison?
man, I thank God I went to jail,
Yeah.
Steph. I thank God. I regret everybody that I hurt, but I don't. I am honestly think that my path was
Meant to be the way it
meant
was.
just. I think God knew. I used to say that music changed my life, but I realize now that God changed my life. He just knew music was the only thing that would get me to listen to him. You know what I mean? And I think that when I went my way, he just had to keep sitting me down and try to point me back to the music. When I finally went towards the music, it was I went his way, and it's just been all smooth ever since then.
What is it about Fire and Rain? What is it about the lyrics or the song?
Ooh, I think about my father and my mother telling me the story about it, just like one of them consummate songs, and like, I'm a super lyric guy, like really, really love lyrics, nuance of lyrics, like I love open for interpretation storytelling, like the idea that you can listen to this song and feel it in such a deep-rooted way, but not be 100% sure what he's talking about.
Right.
But you know what
Means
you're
to you.
talking about.
Right, yeah. Because it
You know,
means something different
means
to
something
everyone.
and that is the best song, Stephanie, is like when I did this my first album when I got with the label, and I quit doing it because I hated it. They would do these like interviews where they want you to explain song lyrics. And I don't believe in explaining art at all. I don't think art deserves an explanation or needs one. I think as soon as you start explaining art, you take away from the art. Like, this is open for interpretation. Like, that's why I defend comedians when they say wild jokes. It's like, yo, they're just trying to find funny
Yeah.
here. Sometimes they're going to miss, but like, they don't have to explain that to nobody. This is their art. You know what I mean? Like, was it Julius that was the Pope when Michelangelo was it Julius? Will you check that for me right quick so I don't tell a story wrong? Because, but it's
Notice he didn't look at us.
sorry. Well,
He's like,
y'all didn't have a computer in front of you. I just looked straight over at what I would consider. If this was Joe Rogan podcast, I'd be like, Jamie, could you pull up? But I believe it was Pope Julius, right? The second, maybe. And Michelangelo, there's an old story, and this is parallel to the question a little bit. He walks out, and he goes, yeah, Pope Julius II walks out, and Michelangelo is chiseling away. He hears him chiseling away at a concrete. Have y'all heard this story?
I'm not sure.
And he goes out and he goes, why are you, it was like the middle of the night or something. He's like, why are you doing this in the middle of the night? Take a break. Why are you working so hard? And he turns around and he goes, there's an angel imprisoned in here. Can't you see? I must set him free.
Wow.
Then crazy plot twist, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, that's
Wow.
what art is.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's seen different, you know?
Yeah.
I like open for interpretation. So Fire and Rain to me is, I feel like that was one of James's Michelangelo moments where he's sitting there with that guitar like, there's an angel in here. Can you not see he's imprisoned? And then you hear it and it's like, even it just starts so abstract. Just yesterday
Oh
morning.
my God, Jelly,
They
we're
let me
talking
know
about
you
you.
were gone. You know what I mean? And I'm like, whew. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. And you're instantly like, who is Suzanne? I remember being a kid going, who is Suzanne? There's a character already here. You know, back to storytelling. I'm immediately, and she never comes back around, by the way. You don't see her again. You know, and then have y'all ever went down the wormhole about this song?
I have not.
It's not as fun to go down now because he finally did an interview like in the last 10 years where he was kind of talked a little bit about what it wasn't about, but not as much what it was. But they thought that last verse, whenever he said, I've been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turns to the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, hours of time on the telephone lines to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground.
Wow.
And if you want to look this up for me right quick to make sure I'm not wrong, there was a plane crash around that era.
oh,
It was
yes.
It was his girlfriend at the time, right? That's who Suzanne was. But there was a plane crash with a bunch of musicians in it. Because the third verse, but he said it wasn't about that later. He debunked it. But forever we thought he talked the third verse about whoever that band was in the 70s. It wasn't Jim Croce. No, it wasn't. Skinner crashed in the 70s, and so did Croce. A lot of crashes. Croce
crashes.
died in the 70s too.
Oh.
That's it. That's what they were talking about. It
Okay.
was the day the music died. That's it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what they cared. Yeah, that's what they call. I got goosebumps right there. I'm sorry, the Buddy Holly day. And they said it was about that because he said hours of time on the telephone lines to talk about things to come, sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Talking about all the dreams that died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we believed in our heart, and that's what's so fun about music.
Yeah.
Is that you listen and like Undertaker, greatest gimmick in wrestling history. Period. Right? The most fearful, everything about it, because you could create storylines within him without him even necessarily being real. You know what I mean? Like So when he had a brother named Kane, it was so believable.
Yep.
Because the pallbearer figure was already so fucking hard to figure out and what their relationship was. So y'all were so good at not blowing that story at first. So you just had to kind of watch and figure it out. So you speculated. And that's what made Fire and Rain special to me, was like, it was a song. I also love when people do it the opposite way of how I do it. I write open for interpretation, but not as clear. I'm definitely more of a storytelling, more of like I can write more poetic, but I prefer to just capture a feeling. I also prefer to promote music with communication and talking and just being, just kind of being an orator, just like talking. So like I'm a big Weeknd fan because he does it the opposite way. He never does interviews at all about anything. He's never explained himself to anybody about anything. He's my favorite artist of this generation. It couldn't be more opposite than the way I'm like, I'll tell you my whole childhood. If I told you about my saggy skin today, you know what I mean? It's like, and this guy's like, I'm not even going to tell you my government name until later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna be the
like,
Weeknd.
Yeah, I'm going to be the Weeknd until later in life when I'm finally like, just call me Abel. You know what I'm saying? It's so, but James was that. Dylan, loved him for the same reason. Croce, another one. The 70s was my era. I just love 70s music. You a 70s music fan?
I am not as much a 70s music fan, but I was born in the 70s.
Do you know who I'm culturing on music right now? Kevin Owen. When he went under surgery, I was like, hey, man, this is going to sound corny, but like, can I send you a playlist? You're going to be trying to kill some time. He was like, dude, please. And I was like, what are you least cultured in? Outlaw country music or Southern rock and roll? And I was just guessing it'd be one of the two. I was right. He was like, both. So I put him together a Southern rock playlist.
That's cool.
We're fixing to introduce him.
No,
to
I
Leonard.
love Southern rock.
He's going to learn about Leonard Skinner here
Yeah.
real shortly. What got you into Southern rock?
Gosh.
You're an
just-
East Coast woman. Did you go to Boston College?
I went to Boston University, but both my parents are from North Carolina. And my grandmother was a really big, Southern music fan. But I grew up with Motown. I grew up with really everything. But Motown is primarily what I love.
My mama loved
'cause,
Motown too.
I mean, I'd be cooking in the kitchen with my mom and just blasting Motown and dancing in the kitchen. And I just have some of the best memories.
What are some of
that
your
way.
favorite Motown records?
Oh my God. Well, I love Otis. I love Otis Redding. I mean,
Oh,
I think
goodness.
he is my favorite artist ever. I used to sing sitting on the dock of the bay to.
Did you hear me do it on Howard Stern?
No, I haven't heard that.
You'd love it.
one.
I think
I
you'd
think I
appreciate it.
would.
think
I
you'd
would love
appreciate
it.
Check it out sometime. I did it on Howard Stern. We
Yeah.
covered it. It's real fun.
Yeah.
It's I love Otis.
I'm sorry I didn't hear it.
No, it's fun. It's fun. We did Otis. I do love. We listen to a lot of like Motown and 70s music when I'm writing because I don't want to listen to nothing current to be
Yeah.
influenced by it. So like we were literally listening to Ain't No Mountain High Enough on
Yeah,
the way here
I
this
was
morning.
just thinking about
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Ain't no mountain
Oh, yeah. I
high
created an
enough.
Ain't No Mountain High Enough channel.
Yeah.
Actually, serious. Yeah, it's awesome.
My wife took me to like they had a Motown night at the Opera House in Nashville a few years ago, and it was one of the best date nights.
Oh, I bet.
They just sung old classic Motown records.
So good.
We just stood up and
I mean,
danced all night.
Temptations.
Oh
I
my
mean, everything,
God,
you
dude,
know.
everything.
And I love Marvin Gaye
Yes,
and Aretha.
yes.
I mean, I had the chance to meet Aretha.
Goodness.
Well, she did WrestleMania, and then she did like early WrestleMania, and then at the Silverdome.
What did she sing?
She sang "America the Beautiful."
No way.
Yeah, she opened, and that was when we broke the indoor attendance record, which fans all over the place debunk. But as I remember it, we did at
Which
that
one was this?
time. It was at the now Silverdome doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
Over
Yes.
93,000.
Yes.
And they say, "Oh, you counted every person in the building." Yeah, sure, okay, fine. However, we counted them.
Yeah, what are you?
It was still-
am I fucking not
still a lot of
supposed to?
people.
We put 90,000. I want credit for everybody I put in the building. What are you talking?
It
I don't
looked
care.
like
if
a
it's just-
small city in there
Yeah.
because I was a kid watching, and
God, so
it was
overwhelming.
amazing. It was amazing. And then I had the honor of meeting Aretha. She did something with us in a show, much later when I was actually working, for the company, and she was so cool. I mean, and I had so much respect for her anyway, but just to actually have the chance to shake her hand, and she didn't disappoint. She wasn't one of those heroes that you meet and you're like upset about it. She over delivered in her kindness and just her energy and who she was. But let me see if my daughter.
Please, I
because,
want to hear some.
I have to see if she actually sent it.
Yeah, we talked about that so long.
I'll add it to my list.
Okay, here you go. If you show it to anyone, tell them the phone doesn't pick up my voice the best.
She talks like a singer already. Ooh.
I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb.
Ooh.
So good.
God.
Stop it there.
How
but
old is she?
she's-
Except for that.
Good. So good.
She's
Right?
almost 15.
50, almost. When did she turn 15?
In August.
Dude, that's incredible.
Thank you.
God, that is
I'm
so
just,
good.
I'm so proud of her.
What a
Just-
big song for her to sing too.
Oh, she
God.
just picks the.
That's bold.
yeah.
Singing Miley. Go girl, go.
Right?
babe. I won't
I
even
love
sit
that
down.
song though. That's a great song.
No, it's a good one of the Jesse Alexander was a writer on that song, and it was the song that changed her life.
Really?
Imagine that being your first hit. Yeah.
So
next
powerful.
time y'all ever come to Nashville, I'll introduce her to Jesse.
That
Yeah.
would be
the
amazing.
girl that wrote that song. She'll
That would
love
be
her.
amazing.
It's a Nashville girl. Real fun. She's based out in Nashville.
Well, Jelly,
She's got
I
a great
just
voice, man.
thank you,
Feed that,
thank you.
Stephanie.
Well, and
I mean, I'm sure I
she-
see you are. I'm not telling you how to parent, but like,
No, I
was my
please
voice.
Give
I
me
was.
advice on how to help her because I don't know what to do.
I wasn't
not the
even. I
wrestling
wasn't even
business.
pitchy at that age. I was in the wrong key. You know what I mean? Like that is like.
Well, and when it's the thing that you feel when she sings, and it moves the entire audience.
Yeah.
Like that's what I always notice, right? Is not only how I feel, because of course I'm her mom, right? So I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna be proud because I just am, but it's the way it impacts everyone else in the room. It's just very powerful.
Has she showed any love in an instrument yet?
She plays piano a bit,
Great.
but she's very musically inclined. She could play the drums, but she then never, you know, I find she's a little bit lazy because she's good at it, you know? And so I've told her the other day, because my middle daughter plays tackle football, oldest daughter plays softball, and they're like overly dedicated. And I mean, just constantly every waking minute. My oldest is working 3 jobs, coaching softball. She's playing softball in her last year of eligibility. She's doing as much as she can. And then same with my middle daughter, working with other coaches. She's constantly playing football. She's constantly doing everything she can. And I said, I said, Vaughn, if that's what you want to do, if you really want to be a musician and a performer, you have to be living and breathing this. It has to be everything for you, you know? So she's got to,
Tell her what I said is real. It ain't what we do.
yeah,
It's who we are.
it's who we are.
Musicians,
I love that.
Musicians are different, man.
It's not what we do, it's who we are.
Not what we do.
So
it's
beautiful.
who we are. It's not, especially musicians. I can't apply that to any other
No,
field.
no,
I
I
don't know,
think
but
you
in my
can.
field,
I think you absolutely can.
it's not what we do, man. I don't go. When somebody's like, "Are you going to go play a show?" It's like I don't play shows. I do shows.
Yeah.
It's what I do. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's play sounds like I'm. You know what I mean? We go play like I'm not. I'm fucking. We do shows.
Yeah.
We rock shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we live this. Like we live the music. It's the fun. That's what I love about here. The coaches see it every day of me now. When they're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Y'all know where I'm going. I'm going straight to the studio. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go put an ice pack on my shoulder and write a song." You know what I mean? She's got a good voice, man. At
Thank you,
14 to
thank
sing
you.
into her camera like that. That's special, man.
Yeah.
Please encourage her.
Thank you. I
Will
will.
I see her at SummerSlam?
You will.
Bring her back and let her spend a few minutes with me. Just kind of let me breathe in her ear.
I will.
It's a little different. I've even learned this from my own daughter. It's like she's kind of the same way. She wrote a few songs with me, plays the guitar a little bit, and she was naturally good at it. So she just kind of like got it.
right.
It's like, I know you don't got it though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you got to really go. But she just naturally was so kind of got it. And then I was like, you got to write more if you want to do this. And she just wasn't listening to me.
right.
But then Jessie
Well,
Jo,
and it's you telling her.
exactly. But
Right.
then Jessie Jo Dillon, my homegirl, that's just won ACM Songwriter of the Year and was nominated for Songwriter of the Year for the last 2 Grammys. It takes her under her wing and is instantly like, girl, you got to write more. Bailey's writing.
And now she's like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's like, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
fun because
it's different hearing it from
it's just,
somebody
it's just
else.
different when it comes from somebody else, especially when it's in the field
Yeah.
too. Because like I'm in the field, but Bailey's still like, I'm dad.
Yeah, of course.
This is one more
Yeah.
thing I'm griping about. It's no different than you got to clean your room, brush your teeth. That's how it
Right,
sounds
right.
there. Clean your room,
Right.
brush your teeth, write songs. It just falls into this. You know what I'm saying? Of things I'm bitching about. But when it comes from another peer that's in the space, like, because if I was a young songwriter, Jessie Joe Dillon is like, if I was a young songwriting girl, Jessie Joe Dillon is the girl I'd want to be. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
I was a young songwriting dude, I'd want to be Ernest or Charlie Handsome. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or John Byron. Like these, or Ashley Gurley, these kind of characters. Like if I was a young female songwriter, I'd want to be Jessie Joe Dillon. So imagine Jessie Joe Dillon
Yeah.
calling you like,
Yeah.
girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, we're
yeah.
talking about 2-time Grammy nominated songwriter of the year. That's crazy. For a
It's
girl,
amazing.
that's nuts.
It's amazing.
Amy Allen won this year. Another girl.
We should have
big
her
pop
on the
writer.
podcast if she wants to be.
Jessie would love. Jesse's awesome. And the fun thing is she doesn't talk about it a lot because she's an old school songwriter. She doesn't sing her songs. She don't play them. She don't do writers rounds. She doesn't sing with the artist. Like she's an old school like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's generational with her, by the way. You'll really relate to this story. Jessie Joe Dillon's father is Dean Dillon, who wrote about every George Strait song you've ever heard.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. My grandmother's favorite.
Dude, he's the king
Oh
of
my
country
God.
music.
Yeah.
Your grandmama had good taste.
She did.
She
She,
had good
did
taste.
for sure. And she drank vodka and smoked cigarettes
Yes.
till her dying day.
One of us. One of us. She might know my mom. She might have known my mom. I think that's what my mom's doing right now.
Well, Jelly, I can't thank you enough for giving us all this time and
Oh, thank
dropping so much of your knowledge on us and just
Thanks for
sharing
letting me
your
ramble for so long.
experience. No, it's
I've been
just,
wanting to talk about wrestling. I can't talk to nobody else about it.
well, you can talk to us about it anytime. and it's who you are. It's not what you do.
Yes, ma'am. No, this ain't what we do. It's who we are.
It's not what you do. It's who you are.
That's it.
I love that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Love y'all.